Hello and what's up, RBY Pokemon Challenges fam? How you guys doing? We are getting ready for a live stream here. I'm gonna kind of talk about a couple things before we get into the actual action. Let's just see how this is actually going. I'm kind of looking at the stream health, making sure everything pops up correctly. I'm gonna have to tell that darn guy GSC Pokemon Challenges the link so that he can share it to his community as well. But as we get started in this one, just a couple quick announcements. There is a time limit on this one. I'm going to have to complete the challenges that we have set within the next 4 hours so that I can make it to a birthday lunch, technically, here in Japan. Remember, I'm like 14 hours ahead of Eastern time in the US. So it is December 20th at 8 a.m. my time currently. And yeah, my wife and I have a lunch reservation. It's very, very important that I get there because it's not just my birthday party. I can't just be like, oh yeah, it's my birthday, I could be late. My birthday and my wife's birthday are on consecutive days. So what we do every year is we have our celebration together, and what that means is that the RB wife is expecting her section of the birthday celebration today for lunch. So we're going to have to make that happen. So there will be a strict cutoff. When that happens, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Sorry, if we're in the middle of a run, we will finish it later. We'll do it later, guys. But that's all we're gonna get. Anyway, let me get this stream stuff set up. Let me make sure that GSC knows what's going on here. Obviously, he has no idea what's going on 90% of the time, but oh, there he is. Yes, he can see. He can see the action, and he's going to share this, create the post. Let's post that. Yes, go! Off into the interwebs. We have done it. So just like that, I believe GSC Pokemon Challenges should now actually know that the stream exists, but trust me, he's going to come in here to do some hard labor later on in the day because he has to help us out with our second kind of main event of the day. But just to get things started, I know people are just going to kind of slowly shuffle in and start watching. Let's get into some actual action. We are going to start today with Mew on Ultra Minimum Battles in Pokemon Red and Blue. And we're going to see if the Pokemon that learns every single TM in the game can beat the entire game with only 13 battles. That is the question, and I think it's going to do pretty well, but that's just my prediction. Obviously, place your own predictions in the chat. Now, I guess just a couple other quick things before I get into the action too much. Just a quick reminder that this is kind of a casual, friendly stream. I haven't pre-routed anything here. I don't run damage calcs. I don't have anything like pre-done. Oh, and there's my wake-up alarm in case I was going to oversleep on you guys. But yeah, I don't have anything prepped in advance. So there are probably going to be some mistakes, some inefficiencies. You can yell at me about them. I always welcome like advice or feedback. Just keep it nice. And yeah, unless it's GSC. In the case of GSC, you can absolutely just trash talk him in the chat the entire time. All bets are off. It doesn't matter that it's his birthday. You can just completely pile onto that guy, you know, about everything. Anything and everything. Just get on that guy about it. Anyway, so yeah, just keep that in mind. The other thing, I have my baby boy outside. My wife is taking care of him right now. She's going to take him to the nursery school in a little bit. But of course, if there's anything, I may pop out really, really quickly in order to check on him. Additionally, I'm going to be kind of focusing on the runs because of the fact that we do have the time limit, but I will be stopping periodically to read chat. Cannot speak English anymore, apparently. But I will be stopping periodically to read chat. Remember, I have a eye condition called keratoconus, and it just means that I have trouble reading small text. So I have the chat popped up here. I can see it on my second monitor, but you know, I may need to like focus in on it in order to actually read it. So I'll be kind of popping between the two at key moments. Anyway, let me just give a quick shout out to people that I see in the chat already. Of course, we've got Balthazar. Hey, how's it going? You talk to RGY Pokemon challenges? Huh? RGY, oh, apparently, okay. And we are banning Tombstoner in this one, yes. And cool, hello. How's it going, Hagen Bacon? And don't got time to watch long, just came to say happy birthday, appreciate ya. And yes, happy birthday just before you start. Thank you, Philip Murphy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, I'm going to get my mug off of the main camera here. Let's get to the overlay. You guys are gonna see my poorly made overlay. But that's okay. Let's get you off there. Yes. Let's get you off there. Yes. Oh, look at this. I originally planned to release my overlay publicly, which is why it has notes on how to use it. We don't get to do any of that just yet. It may be released publicly someday for a community event, but I'm gonna be, at least looking at that in 2026 after I'm full time as a PokeTuber. Green yellow. I've never talked to RGY Pokemon challenges. No, in fact, I just want to make a quick public announcement. Sorry, I'm gonna come back on the screen. Where is it? There it is. Okay. One quick announcement. You guys may have heard off of a community post that I did a couple weeks ago that RSC Pokemon Challenge is getting ready to start. GSC and I had a very long, serious, detailed conversation in the last 24 hours, and we agreed on one very important message to send to you all. Do not subscribe to RSE Pokemon Challenges. Let me repeat, do not subscribe to RSE Pokemon Challenges. We know that Gen 1 is the best generation. We'll give the Gen 2s decent, but nobody likes RSE. Come on, absolutely nobody. And we're going to be piling on that dude in the next, year or so as he starts trying to make videos. He even sent me a request for a collaboration. Can you believe that? Guy has 175 subs or something like that. Just saying, do not subscribe to RSE Pokemon Challenges. Anyway, with that, let's get to some actual action here. Nice, and we've got Andrew Palmer in the chat. We've got Balthazar going. Japanese Pokemon Challenge runner RGY Pokemon Challenges. Damn, I should have known that. Come on, Balthazar. Yes, and then, yeah, thank you to May Sapphire Birch for the very nice message, and thank you. Anyway, let's get to some action. I'm going to turn off the music that I have on currently. Let's flip it over to the overlay. Mew might be the ultimate Pokemon on Ultra Minimum Battles, a format in which we fight only 13 battles, the 8 gym leaders, the Elite Four, and the champion. That is it. But we allow our Pokemon to learn any legal TM move, with the exception of Double Team, from the very start of the game. And what that means is that Mew, with the largest moveset in the entire game, and it's not ranked first out of base stats. Something has clearly gone wrong here in the setup. Should be ranked second in base stats. But with the single widest move pool in the game, period, it learns every single TM that you could ever possibly want to learn. It makes sense that this Pokemon should absolutely crush. It should just completely destroy this challenge if any Pokemon's going to be able to do it. And given that we've already seen Pokemon like Electabuzz do this, I gotta think Mew's getting through. The question is, how many resets does it take? How good are the strategies actually? What is the best moveset for Mew? We really need to dig into this. Now, I'm thinking personally, just my starting impressions of this Pokemon. Against Brock, we're gonna go for something pretty simple, like maybe Dragon Rage. Dragon Rage could be really OP against the early gym leaders. Once we get later, though, once we get some levels, I'm thinking that we trade into some sort of, Swords Dance based, physical attacking set, because Swords Dance is our only stat boosting move. And when you add on things like Body Slam, when you add on things like Earthquake, like even Submission could have some niche play here. And by the end of the game, maybe it's Swords Dance into Hyper Beam. I'm not sure. We'll be carrying something like that, plus maybe Soft Boiled, plus one, coverage special move, I think. That's probably going to be my strategy at the end, but again, you can criticize me in the chat and tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway, with that, let's get into this proper action. Let's see how Mew does on the Ultimate Gen 1 Challenge. Oh no! My gameplay! There it is. Sorry, it's all baked into the overlay, guys. I have to actually capture the source in order to do it. But there we go. We have Pokemon Blue version, but this is no ordinary Pokemon Blue version. And I got to put this in the foreground so that it will actually run at proper speed. Super Shucky, for some reason, does not like to run at proper speed if you do not put it in the foreground. If it's in the background, it doesn't do the 4 times speed up and whatnot. It's crazy. Just gonna say, if anybody knows Snowy, I don't really talk to Snowy, the guy who developed this, but if anybody knows Snowy, get on him about 2 things. Number 1, make it so that the Super Shucky works properly even in the background. Number 2, make it so that it uses the Super Game Boy palettes, because currently it does not. You're stuck with this. Every Pokemon becomes blue, or if you're in red, every Pokemon becomes red. Do you guys remember that when you used to play on Game Boy Color, these original games? Oh my god. Anyway, we have set everything. Oh no, we have not set everything. Okay, now we've set everything. Let's get into this action. So Professor Oak is going to do his standard, tutorial at the beginning. Nobody cares about this, so we just hold down Auto A. But what we really want to see is that when we open the game, we start with a collection of items. We have the full restores, we've got the elixirs, we've got the 12 rare candies that are normally legally available in a solo challenge. Then we've got 10 of every single vitamin. On top of that, if we come to the PC, we can withdraw items and we are going to find not a potion. No. We have almost every TM in the game. There are 2 exceptions. We do not have TM32 for Double Team. That is just banned. Nobody's using Double Team. Get that trash out of here. This is ultra minimum battles here. Nobody needs that. But on top of that, you will not find the TMs that are gifted by gym leaders. So TM6 for Toxic, it is available, but you have to beat Koga to get it. Or, TM11 Bubble Beam. Gotta beat Misty to get it. But we'll worry about all of that a little bit later. First things first, we got to step outside of Pallet Town, where Professor Oak is going to lead us back to the lab to put us to the ultimate challenge. Here he's going to show us 3 Pokeballs. And of course, we've got the Magikarp in the middle. Nobody wants the Magikarp. We've got an Exeggutor over here. Maybe the Exeggutor run's coming at some point. But today we are getting the new species Mew, which I question. Why is it a new species? I thought it was like the original species that basically led to all the other Pokemon in the Gen 1 lore. Somebody's got to explain that to me, why it's a new species with height and weight as question marks. But we're going to take this Pokemon. And just like that, we have our Mew. Our rival supposedly selects the Magikarp, but I think he's actually going to come out being quite a bit stronger than this. We'll just see how that goes. But here, let's start by just slamming on all of these vitamins to our Mew. Let's make it the ultimate power in the Pokemon universe. Here we can slap on the Carbos. I can hear my baby boy babbling in the background. He's clearly... Oh no, I used the rare candy. No! The run's over. Apparently I used the rare candy by mistake. Let's fix this. We can fix this. I have to pay attention. I was so caught up with my baby boy babbling in the background. He's already 1.5 years old, guys. It's wild. It's wild. He's got so much personality now. Anyway, let's get our new species Mew. Once again, let's get the vitamins on this Pokemon. I'm going to be more careful here to avoid using the rare candies early. I do not want to slam those until pretty late in the run. Otherwise, we're going to end up like in the situation where, you know, we don't have the levels when we need them. Especially with this one, with the Swords Dance, we might have some badge boost glitch spots. I'm not sure. Okay. This seems to be working more effectively. Yes. Yes. All the vitamins. There we go. Okay, next is Carbos. And it's worth noting, this is a max DV's Mew. This is the strongest Mew that you could ever possibly get at the start of the game. It will be the strongest possible Mew ever for the entire run, short of like, you know, grinding 500 Weedles in order to get access to maxed out static speed. This is as good as it gets, guys. So with all the vitamins slammed, we are coming in with a level 5 Mew that has 25 HP and 18 in every single stat because it has 100 base stat total. But we start with only Pound. We're going to have to add on those TMs to make this Pokemon decent. Let's get into the Rival 1 fight, where in spite of the fact that he supposedly picked up Magikarp, he actually has a level 100 Gengar that cannot be defeated. That's just because we do not want experience from this fight. We don't need no stinking fights. He can just beat us right there. But now we're going to enter the Gauntlet. When we exit the house of Professor Oak, or I guess the lab of Professor Oak, we are instead transported to Sabrina's gym, but we can find that the gym is filled with all 8 gym leaders. And the only way out of here is to defeat each and every one of them, because if we try to exit right here, I'll save the game just so that we can take the reset here. We go straight to Lorelai's room. So we have to find a way out of this. It is the ultimate Pokemon, like, you know, what do they call it? Escape room. And now I think we have to get into this action properly. So let's get to this. I'm going to lead off with the very first TM that I learned, being TM 23, Dragon Rage. This move is technically available infinitely because it is inside of the Rocket Game Corner. So you could just farm the coins and get an infinite number of these. That's why it has a stack of 999. But we're going to now just take this move. And I think this is going to be all that we need to completely destroy Brocky Boy. Let's get into the first gym leader fight and see how this goes. So here we are, Brocky Boy attempt number 1. He leads off with the level 12 Geodude, but it stood no chance against Dragon Rage. That's a one-hitter as we get to level 8. Now we've got the Onix, but guess what? It also only has 36 HP. Dragon Rage gets us the guaranteed victory. We level up to level 10. We can learn Transform. We could go Ditto strats if we want. But 3 minutes, 50 seconds with me rambling and messing up the setup here, we still managed to get through there. And yeah, 1 reset so far. Nobody cares about that reset. Clearly, that was just because I used that rare candy. Or no, it was actually because I went to Lorelai's room. But, you know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, now that that's done, I think the only play is to go to Misty. Because I expect that Dragon Rage is still going to be like 2-hit KOing here. So if she doesn't one-shot us, we should be able to get the victories here. That's my logic anyway. Let's at least see how the Misty fight goes. And, you know, she has a policy of all out, you know, attack offense with her Pokemon. And then she uses X defense, but they aren't going to matter in this one. So let's get to this. I'll just quickly say thank you to Mobile Gaming Chronicles, who has, of course, posted that he has been a member for 13 months, over a year. Thank you for your support. And yeah, let me just say hi quickly to people who are popping in the chat. Yes, Philip Murphy, we can go Pound, Transform, and Dragon Rage is a perfect strategy. I missed Brock. Oh, you had an ad to join ICE? Oh, come on, YouTube. Come on. Oh, my ancestors, they would not be happy about that. We got a save file. Green Mew Sprite is a thing of nightmares. Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that. I think it's newly documented in the Pokedex. Okay, that's fair for why it's the new species Pokemon. And yes, we are in Sabrina's room. We've got we who are about to die salute you. Yes, thank you very much for coming to hang out. You have some questions for me? We'll drop them. I would appreciate it. What made you move from the U.S. to Japan? A woman. I had a lady friend that brought me here. That was why I came. Then that one did not work out, but it all worked out in the end because the RB wife, the absolutely amazing lady, she was the one. There are some really weird things, like some weird, like you can't write this in Hollywood sort of stuff between me and my wife. I think I mentioned already that our birthdays are in consecutive days. We are exactly 1 year and 1 day apart from each other. But on top of that, I have an older sister whose name is Mari. It's a Japanese name, but basically, like, I'm not Japanese. Like, I'm not even part Japanese. But my mother had found this name, when she was looking up baby names, and she just really liked the name Mari. So she named my sister Mari. So it's a Japanese name in spite of not being Japanese. Well, my wife has a sister who's 2 years older than her, so just the same as my older sister's 2 years older than me, and her sister's name is Mariko. So Mariko, they're almost identical. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The fates have spoken. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I ended up here. And then how do you not have an accent? Well, I'm from Nebraska originally, and we don't have accents in Nebraska. And yeah, let me just say a big thank you to Mobile Gaming Chronicles for the very nice birthday donation here. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, we're going to have a great one. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get to this Misty fight. So Misty attempt number 1 right here. She leads off with the Staryu that has just enough HP to survive a Dragon Rage. Still, it only did 5 damage with the tackle. Water Gun does more, but we knock it out on the first attempt. We get to level 12 as Starmie comes out, and this is going to be a 2-hitter as well. She goes X Defend turn 1, and now if she doesn't knock us out here, she just goes Water Gun. We get the free victory against Misty. Yes! Oh, 7 minutes, 56 seconds with like 3 minutes of that just me talking about coincidences with my wife. Are you kidding me? Mew is unstoppable. Mew is unstoppable in the early game. This kind of tells us that Dragon Rage Pokemon would be pretty good against at least the first couple gyms. I'm worried about, something like Charizard because we do have a type weakness here, but it still could be possible if she uses the wrong moves. That could be very interesting to see. Anyway, let me give a quick thank you to... Oh, they abbreviate the names on here. What is this nonsense? Here we go. We got Shady Dove coming in. And thank you for the $10. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the nice happy birthday wish. They do have the way to check that. Perfect. So, yes, nice story. Thanks for answering my questions. Feel free to ask more. No problem. You are loved. You are loved. We who are about to die salute you. You are loved, buddy bud. And, yeah. Misty choked so badly. Legs 11 for Starmie. All right. Well, so we have managed to get through that. That was perfectly fine. Nice, easy victory. Now I think we're going to beat up on the Trash Man, guys. What do you say? Let's go beat up on the Trash Man because... Number 1, he's trash. Number 2, I think Dragon Rage is still just completely overpowered here. Like, oh no, I was supposed to go from here. Oop. There we go. So this guy is a healing guy. He's basically Nurse Joy. You know, we're inclusive here. We allow the sun, or we allow the weird glasses guy to be, you know, Nurse Joy in this one, okay? But we're also going to pick up some TMs here. There's no reason for someone's PC, like there's no other Pokemon in this. But what I will do, I'm going to grab Swords Dance right now. I'm going to also grab Earthquake. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use it in this next fight, but it could be a strategy, so we'll just keep it in the pocket for now. But I think the primary strat against Surgy Boy is just going to be to try to knock him out with the good old, you know, Dragon Rage. It's kind of OP. Never mind the mouse pointer on the screen. I know somebody's going to yell about that. Oh, my little boy's fussing a little bit. Sorry, he's probably getting like changed and dressed for school. Sorry if that comes through on the stream, guys. It's the reality of being a father PokeTuber. Anyway, Surgy Boy, I think he's going to punt on this one. We know he's going to punt on this one. Come on, he's the trash man. So let's get into this and see how he actually goes. We're very close to leveling up to level 15 here. But even this under leveled, I think we're going to be just fine with our massive stats since we've got 42 in every stat except for our attack, which is badge boosted. This is probably broken. So there we go, Surgy Boy. He's coming out with the trash. He's going to lead off with this Voltorb. That's going to be a 2-hit KO. I mean, its best play is probably to go Sonic Boom here, which he does. We're like a 4-hit KO from that, but then he goes X Speed. So that gives us the victory in 2 hits from Dragon Rage. We get to level 15 as Pikachu comes out. This Pokemon can also survive, but we're faster. And then he X Speeds, but he gets the Thunder Wave. We get paralyzed here as we get to level 16. Raichu comes out. It's another 2-hit KO. He X speeds turn 1, but we're fully paralyzed. Thunder Shock didn't do that much. Thunderbolt will do a lot more, but then he growls, and he growls again. Oh, the trash man. Oh, he gives us the free victory as we get to level 17. 10 minutes, 37 seconds. That's not really like trying to go fast or anything here. And we have completed this section with technically 0 resets, only 1 to show that we would go to Lorelei if we try to leave. That is not too bad. Surgy Boy, he proves once again that even when he's in Sabrina's gym, he's still trash. Okay, but now we need to make some actual decisions about how to route. Up to this point, it's all been kind of obvious, you know, like simple, clear plans. Now we have to actually consider who is the most likely for us to be able to beat. Dragon Rage is going to start dropping off here. Obviously, like opponents are going to get stronger and stronger. I think we might have to go to Koga. I think we might have to try to go for these Swords Dance Earthquake strats here. But the idea of going to Koga is that partially he has the chance to use Smog, which is just weak. Partially the fact that he has the chance to like go for Smokescreen that doesn't deal damage. I mean, he's got those sorts of moves that at least make it possible to get through it. You thought it was your own cursor on the screen? Got him. Got him. Oh my goodness. Yes. Let's see. Question. Do you have any way to heal between battles? Yes, we have a way to heal between battles. What is the mouse pointer doing on the screen? Okay. Well, I am going to update my moveset, guys. I think that it is time for the Earthquake Swords Dance to properly hit the set. So we have learned the Swords Dance. I'm going to put Earthquake on over Pound. I think that is going to be my strategy. Technically, we'll keep Transform at this point. I'm not sure if we need it. We could go Psychic here as well, but I think that the Earthquake Swords Dance might be better. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Like I said, I don't pregame these. I don't like pre-calculate things. But let's just find out. Let's see if we can find a way to get through Koga in spite of the fact that we're only at level 17. So here we are against Koga, and we can see that we outspeed his first coughing. That's perfect. We're going to start setting up the swords dances here. He misses a couple of smoke screens. He goes for tackle. Oh, look at this legend. And the earthquake one-shots. We get to level 18 as we get to the muck. We go earthquake and nearly get a one-hit KO here as well. He goes minimize. It doesn't matter. We get the victory. Getting to level 20, we could learn Mega Punch. I'm not going to learn Mega Punch. I don't think we need it. Coughing number 2 comes out. We go for the earthquake. It's a critical hit. Are you kidding me? And we get smoke screen. Still, we knock it out the next turn. So that is fine. We have made it to the final wheezing. It is faster. It goes sludge, dealing massive damage. We miss the earthquake and we get sludged down. Still, I think we can see a pretty clear path to victory here, because without a critical hit, we're one-shotting that second coughing, and then we might have just had the victory. Let's get into this and try it again. So once again here against the first coughing, the strategy is to set up the swords dance. He goes tackle. Tackle is like a joke. Smog is a joke. And now we can earthquake this Pokemon down. Perfect. We get to level 18. Once again, we earthquake on the muck. It goes poison gas. So we are poisoned, but it's not like major damage there. Once again, skip Mega Punch. Earthquake again on the second coughing. This time we get the one-hit KO, so we have full accuracy going to the wheezing. It goes sludge. We hit the earthquake. It's going to be a 2-hitter, but then he misses the smog and we win. Oh, Koga. We're coming in like 20 levels lower than your first Pokemon, and you still can't get the victory. Oh, Mew is overpowered. Oh, people in the chat saying I should have gone to Sabrina first or Erica first. Are you kidding me? No, we just come here and destroy Koga. That's how I roll, guys. That is how I roll. So we're going to get the quick heal on here. Technically, next, we could probably go for Erica. We're getting pretty close in level here, that I think it's probably reasonable. The question is, what is the best play? I think Psychic is the best play against a couple of her Pokemon. So we'll pull out the Psychic TM. And then Blizzard. I mean, what else are you going to use on the Tangela at this point? We don't have access to Fire Blast until we beat Blaine. So I think that these are the moves that need to go on the set. The question is just, what do we forget for this? I'm going to learn Psychic, and I'm going to learn it over Transform right here. So we'll get rid of that. And then for the Blizzard, I'm going to throw it on over the Dragon Rage. I think we've reached the point where Dragon Rage has run its course, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. This could be a massive mistake, but there are more Dragon Rage TMs available if we need them. So I'm going to go with this strategy here. Let's see if this works out on Erica or not. Like, it could turn out to be an absolute nightmare. I don't know, but let's find out. So here we are against Erica. She leads off with the Victory Bell. And here I think we just go Psychic. It does over half. We get Sleep Powdered. This is why I don't like going to Erica first. She has status, especially Sleep. Now we're getting Wrapped. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. Look at this strategy from Erica here. We do finally wake up, though, so we're going to Psychic that Pokemon down. We get to level 23 as Tangela comes out. We're going to go for the Blizzard here. Nearly one-shotting. I think we can go for anything here and just get the victory. Sure enough, even Earthquake gets the job done. Vileplume comes out next. We go for Psychic. She goes Petal Dance. We survive, and we knock her out. So we do get the first attempt victory against Erica. I'm basically saying I think Erica, yeah, you're probably right that she's easier than Koga, but the reason why I prefer Koga first, again, Erica has Sleep Powder, and Sleep Powder is just one of those like big random factor elements that comes in that could just result in something going from relatively easy to being, you know, a nightmare because you just keep getting put to sleep for 7 turns over and over and over again. Still, we get through her on the first attempt here. 16 minutes, 56 seconds, 2 resets so far. Really nothing to write home about. And just like that, we have 5 gym badges with basically no difficulty. I think our moveset currently is actually pretty good. I mean, Soft Boiled will come in eventually at some point if we need healing in battle, but currently I think this is enough to actually get us through things. Now, the question is Sabrina or Blaine? I'm going to try Blaney Boy first, with the logic being that this is Pokemon Red and Blue. He leads off with that Growlithe that's kind of trash, and he likes to, punt by using those full health. We could probably go Dragon Rage there. Everything was a 2-hit KO. I think it might have been some 3-hitter on like Tangela or something, but not that bad. Swords Dance is so awesome. Agreed. Donch, thank you for popping over and saying happy birthday. Keep up the good work. Thank you for supporting here. And I guess you support that GSC guy too, but we won't talk about that. Yeah. So long, Dragon Rage. You served well. Exactly. Wait, is this a video or a stream? I don't know. Is this a video or is it a stream? I have no idea. Did you even get a Mew from a Toys R Us event? Oh, the good old days. 420 XP until level 25. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, you are right. Oh, this is perfect. Perfection, guys. Clearly, this is perfect. Did it freeze for anyone else, or is the issue on my end? I don't know. Did the stream freeze? Oh, no. Did the stream freeze? Everything shows is good on my end, so I hope that it is good on your end. I think we're okay. Now I'm nervous. Now you got me nervous, bud. Happy birthday. Stress out about your stream for a while. Sorry, I'll take that off so that it doesn't block up my entire overlay. He's quiet. Stream frozen. Let's see. I'm going to check on my own end. Right? Because I'm not letting you guys just stress me out here. It did, but it's fine now. Okay. Well, I am recording all of this at the same time as I am streaming. So if anything does wig out here, it will ultimately be an edited video. We'll get it out sometime in the next week here. But let's just check RBY Pokemon Challenges. Obviously, the greatest challenge runner ever, according to me, and only me. And here we are. We have the birthday stream up. Okay, I'm getting an IKEA advertisement. At least it's not some AI slop. Oh my goodness. But yeah, my stream is working just fine. So I'm not going to trust you guys anymore. That is the moral of the story. I no longer trust you guys. I'm gonna just, check it on my own. Anyway, so with that being done, we can now get into the action. Clearly. Okay, it's fixed now. Good. It did, but it's fixed. Subscribed to your RSE channel, Teo. I can't wait to see your first run over there. Oh my god, my triplet. He's about to get people actually watching his videos. He has this idea to get me and GSC to collaborate with him on his first video. We'll see how that goes. But if I do, it's only going to be because I completely stunt on his new channel. That is going to be the answer. That's the only way he's getting me over there, is if I completely destroy him. If I do the first run and I lose, who knows? I may pull out of the collaboration. I would totally not do that to anybody else except for GSC Pokemon Challenges and RSC Pokemon Challenges. They deserve it, guys. They deserve it. Anyway, good. Glad to see that things are working. I'm worried about you saying that it's quiet now. Okay, you missed me talking about Blaine. It's better I fully restarted the app. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's get to Blaney Boy, because he is very likely to punt in these situations with his full health super potions. Remember, this is Pokemon Red and Blue here that we're playing. I think this is the way to go. I think we're going to get the setup on the first Pokemon. I think this is good. And thanks for the happy birthday message to, who is that? Ricky J. FM. How you doing, bud? Anyway, let's get to this. Let's see how it actually goes. I think this is the easier fight than Sabrina, in spite of the fact that we resist the Psychic type on Sabrina. I think this is the one that's actually going to give us the easiest chance at victory. So let's go. So Blaney Boy attempt number 1. We are 18 levels lower than this Growlithe, and yet we are faster because we have max DVs and vitamins. Max DVs and vitamins are so broken. But here we're going to go for all of the Swords Dance here. He goes Ember. That's not really that bad. He's Super Potions on full health. Now he goes for the Takedown, which does decent damage. But Earthquake one-shots that Pokemon. We level up to level 25 as Ponyta comes out. It goes Growl. But we now knock that Pokemon out. We can actually go for another badge boost with Swords Dance. We get the Fire Spin here, which is kind of bad. Now we get a Tail Whip. We're getting tons of badge boosts. So now we outspeed. We get the critical hit. But fortunately, we get Growl from the Rapidash. We get to knock it out on the next turn. That brings us to the final Arcanine. We go for the Earthquake here, and we get the one-shot without the crit. So we get through Blaney Boy on the first attempt. We get to level 28. 23 minutes, 47 seconds, including me being stressed about you guys not hearing me on the stream, but we are good. So far, we've learned 4 TMs. We have 2 resets. Only one of those is actually legitimate, and that is 6 gym badges down. Wait a second. Can I count? I think I can count. But yes, we have 6 of the 8 gym badges. Now we have to make the next decision about where to go. And I think we go to Sabrina now. But I don't know. Maybe we go to Giovanni, because Giovanni's pretty trash in this version of the game. Like, Giovanni leads off with that Rhyhorn that basically doesn't have anything good. It's going to, like, try to horn drill us and stuff. And then when we get to his Rhydon, it's basically more of the same. So we might just be able to get through this by just setting up on the first Rhydon. Or setting up on the first Rhyhorn, rather. This might be okay. Usually you cannot fight Giovanni until after Sabrina, but I just want to test this out. Let's just see if we can actually get a victory here. So Giovanni attempt number 1. He wishes he had that Mewtwo from the anime. Unfortunately, he doesn't. We're going to start setting up Swords Dance as he guard specs. Now he tries to horn drill us. And now he goes for Fury Attack. Oh, good job, Giovanni. Still, I don't know. Blizzard might be the better move here, because we do have a pretty good special stat as well. But I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Let's just see what it gets here. Yeah, we get the one-hitter there. Dugtrio's out next. I'm going to go Blizzard. We actually outspeed because of badge boosts here. That's ridiculous. So we destroy a Dugtrio just like that as we get to level 29. We lose our badge boosts, but we can go Earthquake on the Nidoqueen. That is a one-hitter. We get to level 30 here. We're going to skip Metronome. We could learn that via TM if we really wanted to. But now Earthquake on the Nidoking is just completely destroying it. That brings out the Rhydon, which has way more defense than special. We might be better off going for the Blizzard, but I mean, our attack stat is like 4 times our special stat at this point without badge boost. So let's go for the Earthquake. It's going to be a 2-hitter, but he just goes for Fissure. Oh, Giovanni, the self-proclaimed greatest trainer in the world, does not understand the one-hit KO move mechanics of Gen 1. Oh, come on. 26 minutes, almost exactly, to get through that. And yeah, Giovanni just stood no chance against this Mew. Mew is completely broken. That is the answer here. Mew is just completely broken. Anyway, with that, there is only one gym leader left. That is Sabrina. Let's make sure that we get our quick little heal on, but then there should really be no need for any moveset changes. We just need to go to Sabrina herself. and take her on. This is our 8th gym, and after this, we're on to the league, so let's just see how it goes. So here we go. Sabrina attempt number 1 right here. I think the only play is to set up the Swords Dance first. Like, yes, she's going to go Earth, or she's going to go Psychic. She gets a critical hit and a special drop there. Now she tries to recover. Now she goes Psychic again, but without the crit, it doesn't do nearly as much. And we one-shot with the Earthquake here. We're going to Earthquake the Mr. Mime, also getting the victory. Out comes the Venomoth, which is technically, guys, it is a fire type, which means it's weak to Earthquake. So we're going to use that move. It says it's super effective. See, the game agrees that it's super effective against Venomoth. So we one-shot there, and now we've made it to Alakazam. Now, this is the Pokemon that is the reason why I set up all the Swords Dances here. You probably don't need them for all the previous Pokemon, but Alakazam and Pokemon Red and Blue will only spam the move Recover against a Psychic type. So we just need to one-shot it. And there we go. We get the victory. So we get to level 33 as we defeat Sabrina. 27 minutes, 35 seconds. And when you consider that we really had only one reset against Koga in this entire section through 8 gyms without any other battles, Mew is looking just completely OP at this point in the game. Like, it's looking just God tier at this point. We're going to now get ready to go into the league. We've got to do a little bit of setup here. I think what we need is, beyond the heal, we need to get access to some moves for Lorelei. Obviously, we already have Thunderbolt in the bag because we got that from Lieutenant Surge, but we'll get Thunder just in case. What else do we possibly want here? Hyper Beam could be a strat. I'm going to grab a few Hyper Beam TMs. And, what else is going to be decent? I'll grab some Reflects just in case for Lancey Boy. Excuse me. Not sure if we actually want to use that at any point. I can have Surf just to have it. Oh, we don't need TM1. Oh, no. Nobody needs, or HM1, rather. Nobody needs HM1. Garbage. Trash move. But yeah, what other strategies do we need here for this one? Body Slam, I guess I'll take Body Slam just in case. It's a strat together with the Swords Dance. I mean, it could be decent in some spots. We could also forget Earthquake and just learn Dig. Basically, I'm thinking ahead. Like, if I want to forget a move for Lorelei, I could forget Earthquake to throw on Thunderbolt and then learn Dig after the fact for Agatha. That could be a legit strategy as well. Anyway, we have made it to the league, so we're going to just have to see how this actually goes. I take it you'll be putting on Rock Slide for Lorelei. That's true. I should have been grabbing Rock Slide here. See, it's early morning for me. Don't accuse me of being bad at Pokemon. Pokemon's bad at being played in the morning. This is why we have the chat. Yes, Mew is adorable. I agree. Could Meditate be better than Swords Dance since you get twice as many badge boosts? Yes. Yes, it is. We actually tested that when we did Godcarp 2.0, where we tested the difference between Amnesia and Growth. Growth is just way, way better as long as you can get the setup because you get the badge boost. If you cannot get the setup, if you're in a situation where you've got like really tight ranges against your opponents, then you might prefer the Swords Dance or the Amnesia because you can set up in fewer turns and then get the sweep. Maybe you have a really tough fight where you just need like 1 or 2 misses from your opponent or like 1 or 2 bad decisions from your opponent in order to win. In those cases, you'd rather have the 2-stage move, but otherwise you prefer the 1-stage move. Absolutely. From a strategic standpoint, I think you might have a chance with Giovanni. Me too. Hey guys, stream looks good. Have a good birthday stream. Thank you. Thank you for popping by. My favorite fire types are Steelix, Driftblim, and Lopunny. Oh, really? Are they all fire types too? I mean, I'll have to ask GSC about Steelix, but we're not even to the point of dealing with the other two. Venomoth just loves to be a random type in each run. Well, you know, I gotta shout out Scotty for that. I'm just continuing the meme. Mew is cracked, for real, for real. You might want soft-boiled too. I have soft-boiled in the bag. So just a quick bag review. We have Bide if we want it. We have Bubble Beam just because we got that from Misty. We have TM24 Thunderbolt. I think that's actually relevant here. We have Toxic. I doubt we'll use it. Mega Drain's in the bag. We've got TM41 for soft-boiled. We've got TM38 in order to be able to learn Fire Blast. We could technically go Fissure strats if we wanted to. Psywave. Nobody's going to use Psywave. We could just throw Psywave on the ground. Nobody needs that move. After that, we've got Thunder. We've got several Hyper Beams. We've got several Reflects just in case. We've got Surf. We've got Body Slam. We've got Dig. We've got Rock Slide. I think this is the play. I think this is the way to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn Rock Slide immediately. We're going to slap that on over... I think we want to keep Psychic for later on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to forget Earthquake to learn Rock Slide because Dig is functionally the same. It just takes an extra turn. So there we go. Boom. That one's on. We might also want to learn Thunderbolt here, but I'm just not sure if it's worth it. Maybe the Rock Slide is enough. The only logic for Thunderbolt is against the Slowbro. But then again, I mean, we may just be relying on the Swords Dance strat. So I'm just going to go with this. It's possibly a mistake, but we have made it to Lorelei. We're going to try to go in without any rare candies even, but if we fail, we have 12 rare candies in the bag. We're ready to go with those. Let's just see if this actually works out. Oh, I see. I see why there's some silence here. It's because this source is not properly set. What is it, browser? Yeah, there's my music. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, it's all on my end. It's just not on your end. I'll get it fixed. Anyway, Lorelei, she wants to fight. So let's get right here against this Dugong. We are going to lead off with the Swords Dances here as she goes Growl turn 1, Growl turn 2, Growl turn 3. She's just giving us more badge boosts. Oh, look at this. She finally goes Aurora Beam and gets a critical hit. Oh, gosh. But here we can go for the Rock Slide, getting the one-hit KO. We'll stick with the Rock Slide on the Cloyster, and we get a miss, and we get critical hit down. This still might be possible without even adding rare candies. So I'm going to try this one again. I want to see if it's possible or not. So round 2 here. Let's hope for not the critical hit from Aurora Beam. Though we can see it is doing a lot, but we get all the Swords Dances set up. Now Rock Slide will one-shot against that Pokemon. Cloyster comes out, we Rock Slide. It's going to be a 2-hitter as it goes Spike Cannon, but no crit this time. So that one goes down just fine. We get to level 34 against the Slowbro. We go for the Rock Slide. It goes for the Growl and then the Withdraw. I'm not sure what to do here. Rock Slide's still probably technically stronger than anything else. We get a Water Gun. She Super Potions. Then she withdraws again, but we knock that Pokemon out. That brings us to the Jinx. It's faster, and Ice Punch ends us right there. Okay. So with that, I think a couple things. Number one, we probably need Thunderbolt for that Slowbro. Oh no, my little guy's fussing a little bit. Sorry, I hope you guys aren't too annoyed by that. But here, I'm going to forget Blizzard to learn Thunderbolt. I think this is the correct play. Thunderbolt over Blizzard, that is for the Slowbro. And we could really go for just about anything here, but I think I'm going to keep Psychic on for Bruto next. That's my logic, so I'm going to go with this set. Let's see how it goes. So here we are. Dugong attempt number 1 right here. Or attempt number 3, technically, is it? Yeah, it's attempt number 3. So here we're going to Swords Dance as she's just failing at growling at us. She uses the Aurora Beam. We miss the Rock Slide. We get an attack drop even. and then a critical hit. Are you kidding me? Still, we managed to get through that Pokemon. Let's see what Thunderbolt does to the Cloyster. It's still a 2-hit KO, but it misses the Supersonic. That's perfectly fine. Now Slowbro, we go Thunderbolt. We're doing pretty similar amounts of damage. We've gotten some growls, so I'm going to set up more Swords Dance here. Let's get more badge boost. More boost. Here we destroy that one, but we do level up, so the badge boost actually doesn't matter. We get Body Slam from the Jinx, which doesn't do that much. We destroy it with a single Rock Slide. We've made it to the Lapras. Rock Slide, critical hit, and then we get Body Slammed down. We did not get to see how much damage we would do with a non-crit Rock Slide there. So we're going to have to reset yet again. Still, I think this one is possible. I really do, so I'm just going to reset a couple times. If it doesn't work, then we'll start throwing on rare candies here. So here's Swords Dance. Swords Dance. She growls, so we'll even set up another Swords Dance. She growls again. We're just going to take all the boosts that we can get here and then Rock Slide this Pokemon down. Perfect. We've made it to the Cloyster. We have such a high attack stat. We get confused this time. But now we can just knock that Pokemon out. We get to level 34 yet again. We're going to just Thunderbolt here. Oh, we get the critical hit Water Gun. And then we get another one of those growls. But we're on such low health. I'm really nervous here. Thrash simply ends me. Okay. So I think we're probably at the point where we just do need to level up a little bit here. Because we just keep leveling up in the wrong spots. I'm just going to gain 2 levels for now. Let's get to level 35 and see what that does. That does raise all of our stats up to 111. Like, we've turned everything up to 11, guys. Come on. Come on, this is perfect. Let's see how this goes now against this Dugong. Obviously, she's going to do kind of decent damage with her moves. She really loves to lower your attack stat. Like, that's her Dugong strat. Still, once we get these Swords Dances set up, we can destroy that Pokemon. We'll go back to Thunderbolt here on Cloyster. We paralyze it. It goes for the Spike Cannon and gets a 5-hitter. Are you kidding me? Still, we get through that Pokemon. We get to level 36 right here on Slowbro. I don't think we would level up here, so if it growls at me, I could theoretically set up some badge boosts. Unfortunately, we don't quite get that. We're still slower than Jinx, and Thrash with a crit still takes us down. Still, I think if we get even one badge boost on that Slowbro, we will actually win here. At least we'll be able to outspeed the Jinx. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to set up just 2 Swords Dances. I'll go for 3 when I get the Growl, because I'll still be able to set up 1 on that Slowbro. We get the critical hit. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on, game. Now we'll Thunderbolt on this Cloyster. She just Super Potions. That's perfect. Now I'm going to Swords Dance here, and that does have me faster than the Jinx. So we just have to get through the Slowbro here as it withdraws, but it knocks me out on that one. Still, I think I have the blueprint in my mind of how to actually get through this one now. It's just going to be about where we badge boost, and this way we can save more rare candies for later on. That's the entire point of this. So I just want to save it where I have at least 1 Swords Dance available when I get to that Slowbro. So here we will once again try to get through the first 2 Pokemon. We do. We get to level 36 as Slowbro comes out. We Swords Dance right here. We get the Water Gun, but we have better health this time. And he just withdraws a couple times after a Water Gun. That's perfectly fine. We get to the Jinx. We go Rock Slide. That is an easy 1-hit KO. We get to level 37 as Lapras comes out. We go for the Rock Slide. We get a crit again. Body Slam paralyzes, and then we get wrecked by the Hydro Pump. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. I swear we have this. I swear we have this. We can get to the Lapras. The strategy works, guys. I promise you the strategy works. I don't know. I'll probably end up slamming all the rare candies eventually here. And let's just Rock Slide this one down. We're only on +4 here, so it's not actually a 1-hitter, but we get the KO after the takedown recoil. We hit ourselves in confusion. Spike Cannon, okay. We get through there, but on low health, we might have to go soft-boiled here in order to get this one to go. Still, we're getting through Slowbro again here. And then we miss on the Jinx. So yeah, soft boiled might just have to be a play at this point. That might be the required strategy. Obviously, if we could heal there against the Slowbro, we would be in perfectly fine condition, I think. So I guess Psychic just has to go. We'll just use other things in order to get through the next couple of trainers. That's my logic. Like, Rock Slide is gone after this, so I think that has to be the play. I wish Pokemon could learn 5 moves, but I think this is going to get us through Lorelei at this point without too much difficulty. So let's try this again. Sticking with the general Swords Dance strat, we take a massive critical hit takedown, but now we can heal, only for her to crit again. Oh, clearly this Dugong, it just hates Mew for some reason. Still, we get through that one just fine. Back to the Thunderbolt here on the Cloyster, but now we're on like really good health because of the soft boiled strats. We get another badge boost here, and she's just growling, so we'll just take the opportunity to set up. Here we almost get the critical hit one shot, but we can just knock out Slowbro the next turn. Now to Jinx, we get the Rock Slide, we take it down. We are to the final Lapras at level 37. It goes Blizzard. We're going to have to soft boiled here because we took massive damage. Hydro Pump as well. We might be taking more damage than we can heal here, and we get a critical hit that knocks us out. So it's still kind of sus at this point. Let's drop a few more rare candies. I'm going to go up to level 38 right here. Let's see how that affects the ranges. So now against Lorelei, with this setup, she's turning out to be like the first pseudo wall in this run. I'm just going to make sure to stay on as close to full health as I can throughout the fight. We get the KO there. Thunderbolt on the Cloyster is still a 2-hitter at this point, but we knock it out, so that's fine. We are on to Slowbro. We hit ourselves in confusion. Withdraw, okay, is fine. Let's go ahead and heal up right here. We get the water gun, but that's not really a big deal. We get another growl. We'll just set up another badge boost and another badge boost. And now we'll just heal up again. Let's make sure that we have all the HP. Literally all of the HP in the world. Once again, Rock Slide on the Jinx. Perfect. And Lapras, we Rock Slide. Here, we get the one-hit KO. So we finally managed to get through, get to level 40. And at level up, we can learn Psychic. Let's just throw that on over Rock Slide here. And Psychic should be enough to get us through Bruno. So there we go. It all works out. It's all perfect. Clearly, there's nothing wrong with my strategies. They always work 100% of the time. Oh man. Still, we have gotten through. That's perfectly fine. We're ready to get through to this action. So yeah, Pokemon with 5 moves would be great. My speed is too high for that. Seriously, speed being tied to crit chance in Gen 1 is just brutal sometimes when you're using Swords Dance or Amnesia strats. So you can't even learn 5 moves in the Pokemon Legends Z to A game, so I don't think it will happen. I agree. Oh, really? J-Rose and I are both streaming? I did not know, but hey, how's it going, J-Rose? Legend. Thunderbolt and Dig can deal with Agatha. I agree. That's basically what I'm looking at here. You need Psychic for Agatha? I don't think so. I think you want the physical move for Agatha. We may end up just forgetting something, but I think we want Thunderbolt for later on. So Psychic probably will go because we have the Swords Dance strats, but I don't know. Maybe we can get through without any setup. But for now, let's take on Bruno. This guy we know is going to be a guaranteed victory on the first attempt. Let's get into this. So Bruno, attempt number 1, he leads off with the Onix. I'm just going Psychic here. We get the one-hit KO. Hitmonchan comes out, Psychic, one-shots. Hitmonlee never stood a chance against our Psychic. We get to level 41. We destroy the second Onix. Machamp comes out, and it survives. But it just goes Leer. Oh, Bruno. Oh, we get through with no damage. Are you kidding me? Under-leveled, doesn't matter. Bruno is still just Bruno. And I accidentally just started the Agatha fight, so I guess we'll fight her with Psychic and Thunderbolt, which means Swords Dance is basically irrelevant here, though it will stay on the moveset. I think it's going to be our strategy against the champion at the very least. But for now, let's just see if we get through this one. Since we've already started the fight, she's already started her dialogue. I'm not going to reset here unless we lose. Let's find out. So let's see if we can get revenge on her for killing Ash's Pikachu in the anime by just going Psychic here against this first Gengar. And I did not recover PP is the problem. Still, we managed to get to the Golbat where we can go Thunderbolt. And this is going to be a 2-hit KO on that Pokemon. I think I'll stick with the Thunderbolt here on Haunter because I'm limited on PP. We get put to sleep, but then she swaps to Arbok, using the acid and dropping our defense, but that is giving us some badge boosts. We just can't wake up, so we're getting completely wrecked. But let's see if Soft Boiled allows us to survive. We get glared here. That means no more sleep at least, and the defense drops won't matter on any other Pokemon than this. So let's just see if we can actually get the victory here. We're fully paralyzed, but we get the 2-hit KO right there as we get to level 43. We get Nightshade, but we're going for Soft Boiled here to get our HP back. We're confused and paralyzed, which is bad with our low defense, though, and we lose. I think the issue here, though... Oh, and I start the fight again. RIP. Me pressing A... Oh, are you kidding me? I keep pressing A too many times. I think what we really need here is just to recover PP. I think with that, we can actually get through with these Psychics. It's just because of the fact that I did not recover the PP in that move, so we only had like 4 PP that made this one hard. But let's find out. Otherwise, we're going to change into a Dig with Swords Dance strat for the Ghosts, which will probably work as long as we don't hit ourselves in confusion, but we'll just have to see. So back to Agatha again here. This time with the Psychic, we get put to sleep turn 1. Nightshade is doing massive damage. We get Dream Eatered, but really we just got to wake up from this sleep, and this is the problem. Here we knock ourselves in confusion before we can even like land a single hit. The question is, how close are we to outspeeding? Because it might be that one Swords Dance allows us to outspeed here. Sure enough, it will. So we get the Swords Dance off. Now I'm faster than this Gengar. We get a critical hit one-shot. Perfect. Let's go for the Thunderbolt here. It's going to be a 2-hitter. Haze from the Golbat, but we can still just badge boost from here in order to get our speed back and then knock this Pokemon out. That brings out the Haunter. We'll go with the Psychic here. It's going to be a 2-hitter. We get the swap to Arbok. We nearly one-shot. We get another badge boost from the Screech, knocking that Pokemon out as we get to level 43, so badge boosts are gone now. Still, we take out that Haunter. We're on to the final Gengar. We're slower here. It goes Toxic. I'm going Swords Dance to outspeed. We go Psychic. It's going to be a 2-hit KO. She goes Confuse Ray. We hit ourselves in confusion and we lose. Still, I think this one is possible. Basically, we just need to manipulate our badge boosts effectively and we will win. So let's try this one again. We've got to actually get the first Swords Dance off so that we can outspeed. That is kind of a prerequisite. And here, when we just get put to sleep by the first Pokemon, we're getting wrecked. And we're down to 2 HP and we hit ourselves in confusion. So that happens on Agatha. The fact that we're not faster than that first Pokemon, we could probably drop 2 rare candies and outspeed here. So that's going to be my strategy if this doesn't end up working out. This time we get a Dream Eater while we're awake, and so we can just 2-shot that Pokemon. We'll just stick with Psychic this time on Golbat, but it's still a 2-hitter from the looks of things. We hit ourselves in confusion. She swaps to the Haunter and then back to the Golbat, and we just keep hitting ourselves. We finally get out of that loop, but, Big Brother strats, the stop hitting yourself strat, it's pretty effective against this Mew, apparently. Still, we get to Arbok. We can knock that Pokemon out, or not quite. I'm going to set up another Swords Dance here, so I already will outspeed against the final Gengar. Then we can just knock that one out after she Super Potions. So we're faster than the final Gengar. It goes Dream Eater while we're awake, and there we go. We finally win against Agatha. Took a few resets there, but we didn't end up dropping any more rare candies. I think that's fair enough. We have now progressed in the game. And did I not take out the Blizzard TM? Oh no! Oh no! Whatever will we do? How about we go a Hyper Beam strat here? Swords Dance Hyper Beam with Thunderbolt for the first Pokemon, and we can use Thunderbolt on the Aerodactyl. That's the strat, since I did not take out the TM for, you know, Ice Beam. You guys were supposed to remind me. Clearly, I'm the best Pokemon player in the world. I'm like Giovanni out here, greatest Pokemon trainer of all time. Anyway, let's make our way to Lancey Boy. Let's see if we can get the victory with just this. All right, so Lancey Boy, attempt number 1. Excuse me. He's going to lead off with the Gyarados. I'm going to Swords Dance right here. He's going to go for some Dragon Rage. That's not a big deal. Hydro Pump is a bigger deal. I'm going to Soft Boiled after that just to have more HP. In fact, let's just get back to full HP and then set up the last of our Swords Dances. We get a Leer even, and now we can Thunderbolt this Pokemon, getting the one-hit KO. We get to level 44, but we've got all of our attack boosts set up. Let's Hyper Beam this Dragonair. That's a one-hitter. Hyper Beam on the second Dragonair also gets the job done. We're slower than Aerodactyl. It goes Hyper Beam against me and gets a critical hit. Oh, come on. Oh, Aerodactyl. It does that in Gen 1. That high critical hit chance. It's brutal, guys. Brutal, I say. Still, I think we've got this. Let's try this again. And we get a critical hit one-shot from Hydro Pump from the first Gyarados. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know. We might be better off getting through the Gyarados and going for the setup on the Dragonair. So let's try that strat instead. So we just one-shot Gyarados here. We get to level 44. We can set up Swords Dance here. Dragon Rage, Slam, Agility, or Hyper Beam. I don't think the Hyper Beam's as strong from this Pokemon. Sure enough, it's not. Now we've got a bunch of badge boosts. We even outspeed the Aerodactyl at this point. So let's get the KOs, and we do not level up before Aerodactyl. That's all I wanted to see. Thunderbolt will not one-shot, but we paralyze it. Hyper Beam did a lot, but let's go for the Soft Boiled since it has to recharge anyway. We'll knock it out the next turn. We get to level 45 as Dragonite comes out. Let's go for Hyper Beam, and that is the one-hit KO. So we get through Lancey Boy. The strategy is just to knock out that Gyarados first, and then badge boost. Hey, we've gotten this to go. We have made it to the final battle against the champion. And the question is, do we need any moveset changes? I'm not sure if we do. We might just be fine with what we've got. The Hyper Beam Swords Dance strat is pretty OP. We have 7 rare candies in the bag. I'm going to try them once without the rare candies. We could get all the way up to level 52 here, but let's just see how many we actually need. Maybe we don't need them. Maybe we just crush. Let's find out. Ooh, we've got a brand new channel member. Hey, how's it going? Duke. Net Architect. How you doing? Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. Yes, Ice Beam would have been the play. 1 HP if you wanted to Nightshade. This run is messy. Agreed. GSC Pokemon Challenges bribed us to not mention Ice Beam. Ah, I see. That's how it went. It's simple, just outspeed. Agatha living up to the troll reputation. That is true. We don't talk about him. You don't need to change moves. Yes, I said that Venomoth is technically a fire type. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I want actual sources. Oh my goodness. Which team will the champ have, I wonder? I think it might be the Blastoise team. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. Yeah, and set up against Dragonair is the correct play. I I don't think I need to swap it either. I think Thunderbolt plus the Hyper Beam will do the rest. Blue does have a Rhydon, but the Rhydon is really sus here. So I think we're going to be able to find a way through, but you're kind of right. We might need a different move for the Rhydon specifically. Ha 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 ha. We could go Surf for the Rhydon and for the memes. Just a second here. I'm thinking that we go Surf strats. Because why not? There's a Fire type. There's a Rhydon. It might be better than Thunderbolt because I think everything that we could justify Thunderbolt for, we could also just justify going Hyper Beam against after the setup. I mean, Pidgeot, we can just Hyper Beam it down. So this is what I'm going to do. We're surfing, guys. Oh, yes. This is probably a bad decision, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm not taking time to read your advice. Come on, let's get into this. So here we go, final battle against the champion. We're going to start off with these Swords Dances. We get a Whirlwind from Pidgeot. Oh, Pokemon Red and Blue is a perfect game. Then it Mirror Moves. Okay, that was actually good strategy. It Mirror Moves again, but now we're going to Hyper Beam this Pokemon, getting the one-hit KO. We get to level 46 as Alakazam comes out. And we are going to Hyper Beam this Pokemon as well, getting the victory. Surf on the Rhydon. Rhydon loves Surf, so it goes down nice and easy. I'm going to stick with Surf here against Arcanine just to preserve some PP. We get a massive takedown, but I'm going to just heal here since that was a critical hit. Let's get back to full health. It goes Ember. Red and Blue champion. Oh, he's just perfect. We get to level 47 as the Exeggutor comes out. I'm going to Hyper Beam this Pokemon, getting the one-shot. And sure enough, it is the Blastoise team. So we Hyper Beam there, and Blastoise goes down on the first attempt. As we get to level 48, the champion, he never stood a chance. 57 minutes, 14 seconds with me rambling, with me not having anything planned here, just kind of playing. Yeah, Mew's OP. Mew's OP. You just have to actually have better strategy than me, and you're going to completely crush the game. That is it. Champion attempt number 1. We've got it. Yeah, I agree that Surf is all around useful. I think it's the only HM move ever that people have been like, yeah, throw that on your Pokemon. Like, don't basically never use any other HM move unless you absolutely have to. But Surf, you throw it on your Pokemon because it's a legit good move. There's a reason Rhydon even wants to Surf, guys, because it knows that that move is just completely OP. Anyway, that does it for the first of these 2 runs today. We have completely stunted on Pokemon Red and Blue with a Mew on Ultra Minimum Battles. Why is your monitor the sun? Good question. Good question. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, Mew does have too many options for its own good. I agree with you on that. Imagine if Ember had burned. Oh, you're right. That could have actually ruined the challenge. Oh, that could have ruined the run. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we finished 19 resets there, many of which could probably have been mitigated by not doing what I did. And yeah, ultimately we get through the entire game with this Mew. It's all on its own in this little list here. I plan to make a proper tier list at some point. The problem is that this is like broken, so I have to reset my overlay here really quickly. So I'll pop up while I have to reset everything here. It all gets broken. somewhere there's a logic error in my code. It's supposed to be that I can just press a hotkey and like get rid of that screen that's showing there, but it didn't work. And I'm just like a completely novice when it comes to software development. So I don't know why it didn't work, but it didn't work. But that's all right. I can just relaunch everything. Whenever this happens, it gets to be like this. We have to watch the intro again. Even I can't skip the intro. Oh my god, RBY Pokemon Challenge is completely broken. But with that done, we can now just quickly pop back to the action here. Let's pop that off. Let's get my camera back on. And yeah, clearly it is the Sun. The Sun King of Pokemon. No. Anyway, the rival says, why? Why did I lose? And it turns out he should have kept that level 100 Gengar from the start of the game, but instead he tried to actually play the game of Pokemon, only to find out that Mew is the ultimate power in the universe. Arguably better than Mewtwo because of the fact that it learns every TM, which kind of helps in this sort of challenge. Anyway, with that being done, we can register the Ultra Minimum Battles Mew into the Hall of Fame. I'm sure if you actually optimized this, speed ran this, you could probably do the entire thing in 20 minutes. It's just the fact that I'm sitting here rambling and joking around and not being super serious with everything and making mistakes that it takes as long as it did in this one. Still, that is round 1 for today. But we have a very, very, very special round 2. I gotta update the stream because we have a second run. I mentioned this in the whole poll, announcement, etc. that I did for this. I'm not sure if anybody pays any attention to anything that I say. But yeah. We gotta update so that we can properly see that yes, we have made it through the first run. We are to the second run. Let's see. Okay, yes, I'm somewhere. There's a stream delay or something here, but let me edit this because, ladies and gentlemen, where is that? We are coming back with Curse Snorlax in Pokemon Red and Blue. And this is going to be broken because there are going to be some crazy badge boost glitch shenanigans here, I think. But let's just get this updated here. And we're going to have to bring in our special guest for today. A guy who I'm very happy to make work on his birthday. We're going to be joined by GSC Pokemon Challenges. Because only he knows how to use Curse properly. Clearly. Just a second, let's figure out this new stream name. Where is my thumbnail? There it is. Change. Yes! Oh yes, the stream is updated. Oh my goodness. GSC Pokemon Challenges. He's coming to hopefully stunt on Gen 1 for a minute. So we're going to have to reset everything over here again in order to set this up. And I'm going to have to go drag GSC Pokemon Challenges out of bed and make him do some work. Let's see here. Okay. We got part 1. We got part 2. Ha. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are enjoying the birthday stream so far. I hope that you're enjoying some of my shenanigans. Let's make sure, where did my chat go? Oh no, live chat is currently not available. No! There it is. Sorry, let's pop this back out. There it has popped up. Let me reposition that where I can actually see. So, here we are back again. Ladies and gentlemen, try Mewtwo, please. We will possibly be doing some Mewtwo later, but we did Mewtwo previously on the Ultra Minimum Battles. We may have to come back and check in on Mewtwo if it had access to Curse. That could be hilarious. Wonder if Alakazam will use Recover only on the Sabrina fight. On the rival fight, it is not the case. Did I miss the stream? No, you did not. More is coming. Come on, the main event is from here, guys. The greatest pound-for-pound Pokemon in the history of the franchise. Adding on the ability to curse at all of its opponents 6 times per battle. A Pokemon that will raise both of its attack and defense and not even care about the fact that it has no speed. It is the one, the only, the Curse Snorlax in Generation 1. Clearly, I'm cut out to be an announcer. I'm cut out to be the hype man. Cut promos, come on. Yes, I have a disability that makes it hard for me to see. It's called keratoconus. I don't have the contacts for it, is the issue. I went to a doctor here in rural Japan like 3 or 4 months ago, and he basically told me I can't do anything for you. You got to go to a bigger hospital over there, and I haven't been able to actually get there. So yeah, I just have trouble reading the small text. I can see like generally, I just can't see like small things, details. So reading the text, I have to like actually look at it and like try. So just bear with me on that. The pre-recorded version won't get this delay. That is true. Yes, it will not have a delay when it's the pre-recorded version. Oh, it's Snorlax then. Yes. Is round 2 an OnlyFans stream? Okay, yes, you found out that, yeah, that's what GSC does in his free time, clearly. You know, he's gonna be over there, he's gonna have no shirt on while playing Pokemon, clearly. I saw a streamer do that once, and I was just like, dude, why? Why are you doing that? Like, just saying. It's just me, but when somebody's like shirtless on stream, I'm just like, click off. Click off. No way. Don't want to watch any more of that. Apologies. Maybe you enjoy that, but I do not. I am a novice at development. Exactly. I spend a lot of time trying to break these things to get what, you know, actually works, and it takes hours and hours and hours. I'm sure that somebody who actually understands disassembly could totally fix these things and like make them work in real time. I'm just not that good. I did not compose the intro music. That is from Stream Beats. GSC was the Unplanned twin. I'm back. I had to take a shower. Well, you know, after that OnlyFans discussion, you might need another shower. Okay, just a second here. Let me get everything set up here. We're going to have to, like I said, drag GSC out of bed here really quickly. So, yeah, but I'll at least load up the game for him. I'm not a demon, guys. Like, to hear you guys say it, it would be like I'm like this terrible, terrible human being. Oh, and there goes the rival music. Oh no. Or the champion music. We broke everything. Sorry. It's because I uploaded a new ROM in the background. But seriously, like, come on, guys. I'm not that terrible of a person, am I? Granted, anybody who has to say, I'm not that terrible, am I? Is probably a pretty terrible person. But don't, you know, criticize me based on logic, guys. Come on. Hey, Pokemon WWWW411 Mark II. RSC gots to go ultra wide. We'll see. We'll see. I got to figure out what the layout is going to be for that. He has asked me to help him out with the setup, but I have told him currently that I'm too busy. Unless, of course, he admits that RBY Pokemon Challenges is better than RSC Pokemon Challenges, and then I might make a little time on a weekend to help the guy out. So, let's just get this properly set again. Sorry, I made some mistakes. Alright boys, and just a quick programming note, we have to finish this run in 2.5 hours at most. I don't think it's going to take that long, but I have mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I have a birthday lunch with my wife. She just got back, it seems, from taking the baby boy to the nursery school. So that is going to be our chance to actually get some relaxing time here. So with that done, though, I'm going to just go ahead and get this boss coffee, and now it's time to call in the legend himself. The guy who has to work on his birthday, but it's perfectly fine because he is going to show us how good Curse Snorlax is. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one, the only, the somewhat halfway decent GSC Pokemon Challenges! Wah! Sorry, the only change is the background, guys. Sorry, I thought about doing something stupid, but it doesn't work. Clearly, this is the way you can go. But can you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Of course I can. What is the curse word Snorlax is... Or what is the curse word Snorlax is saying in the clip? Well, you're gonna have to use your imagination for that. Anyway, least toxic sibling relationship. Anyway, it is time to get to some actual action, and I am here to show RBY Pokemon Challenges how to properly do a challenge. You saw all the mistakes that he made in his first run. We're not going to have any mistakes in this. We are going to be perfect throughout the entire thing. So let's get into this Curse Snorlax action. This is a ROM hack that RBY Pokemon Challenges made, so if we run into any issues, blame it on him. And on top of that, there has only been very limited testing done, according to him. I claim no responsibility, and he told me that the badge boost glitch might be completely broken here, so we're going to find out. Let's get into this. I'm going to switch to the proper overlay here. Let's go. Snorlax is an absolutely incredible Pokemon, in spite of the fact that it ranks 22nd out of 151 Pokemon in Gen 1 with a 430 base stat total. That sells this Pokemon massively short, because even in Gen 1, it was a beast. You have that massive 160 base HP, that 110 base attack, and you have the normal typing to go together with just a massive move pool of really strong moves. Basically anything that's decent that you want to learn, other than the Dragon Rage that RBY was using previously, is available to this Pokemon. But in Gen 2, this Pokemon became even more powerful. It went further beyond, to a level that even makes a Gen 1 Mewtwo cry in its sleep with nightmares of just how OP Snorlax was. Because Snorlax got access to even more broken mechanics, and one of those was getting access to Curse, a move that raises this Pokemon's defense and attack while lowering its speed. But, you know, when you're starting the game with 30 base speed, do you even care about that? And once you get the setup, you're able to start just sweeping through opponents with really strong physical attacks and kind of laughing off their damage. But Gen 1 plus Gen 2 with Snorlax presents an even more broken possibility. Consider that Snorlax in Gen 1 starts the game with the move Amnesia. And Amnesia is not like Gen 2 Amnesia, no, it is a move that boosts your special attack and special defense, which means that this Pokemon has the ability to boost every single one of its stats except its speed, taking advantage of the badge boost glitch. And this Pokemon might just be able to just run the entire game with Curse, Rest, Amnesia, and 1 damage dealing move and just completely stunt on the game. That's what I think, at least coming into this, but we're going to get into it and find out. So it is GSC time on the RBY Pokemon Challenges channel. Thank you for joining. We are going to criticize RBY Pokemon Challenges for his birthday at the same time that we complete this run and show that Snorlax is actually like 10 times better than a Mewtwo in this generation. So let's just make sure that we fix all of the bad settings that RBY puts in on his videos, and we are ready to get in on this action. So of course, you know, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We will be running on max DVs in this one. I think it just makes too much sense because after all, I mean, we're going to show how OP this Pokemon is, so this is the way to go. As we step outside of Pallet Town, Professor Oak is going to lead us back to the lab because he has found a Gen 2 Pokemon that could just completely destroy all of Kanto. It is time for the legendary Curslax, the sleeping Pokemon. That's why I just had to be woken up from being asleep. If I seem a little groggy, sorry. I've got the legendary Boss Coffee from Japan over here. Not sponsored. This is like the only company I would ever shill for without being sponsored. And yeah, we're gonna pick up our sleeping Pokemon in the Squirtle Ball. So we get our Snorlax. Our rival will pick up the Bulbasaur in this one. I just kind of decided to do that. You take that for what you will. Oh my gosh, we've got like a random capital A that we didn't need. The run is dead. The run is dead. Okay, that will get fixed after we take our first reset here. I'm just going to save the game. We will reset in order to fix our name. And there we go. We have the legendary Curslax, and we will just knock that reset off of there because we are not as bad as RBY Pokemon Challenges. And now, let's get into the Rival 1 fight and see how Curse works. So I debated how to actually implement this move, and what I ended up going with is this. We use Curse, and it's using the splash animation because I felt like it looked like him getting angry and like yelling at the other Pokemon. First, we raise our attack. Then we raise our defense. Then there's no animation because clearly I'm not very good at programming this, but you can see on the overlay that our speed has dropped by 1 stage. The +1s represent boosts, the -1 represents drops. So we have 8 speed right now, 25 attack, 18 defense. Special was unaffected by all of that. And we are just boosting our stats up here while using Magikarp animations. Oh, look at this. So we're just setting up, he's growling at us, it doesn't matter, we can now just go headbutt and destroy that enemy Bulbasaur. And with that, we need to change the player names. Wait a second, our rival's not GSC, I'm GSC. Clearly mistakes have been made. But we're fixing them. We're fixing them right here at the beginning of the run. So here we are. Now we are GSC Pokemon Challenges. Everything is working properly now. And we are ready to run this Curse Snorlax through the game. Now, the thing is that because of the way that I have had to implement this, it's 3 effects happening in a row. It's not like one effect that does all the calculations. I'm using the existing functions in the game that raise your attack, raise your defense, drop your speed, which I believe is going to result in attack being set up first, but then you're going to set up defense, which is going to give you a badge boost in attack. And then you're going to lower the speed, which gives you a badge boost in attack and defense. This could be completely broken. And when you consider that in the late game, we'll get access to the badge boost and special, well, we could set up 3 amnesias and then set up 6 of the curses and probably get like, what would that be? 6 times 3, 18 badge boosts on top of the maxed out special. We might have 999 special into the game. I just want to see if that's going to be possible or not. If it is, it's going to be absolutely insane. Now, of course, we'll talk to this guy. He's got his coffee now. I've got my coffee now. I hope you guys have your coffee now. I'm basically the old man from the catch tutorial these days. Like, I'm starting to, you know, like thin out up top. I'm going to be this guy by the time that this channel ever ends. By the time that GSC ever ends, I will be literally the old man from the catch tutorial, but that's perfectly fine. Let's get into Viridian Forest. We actually have to fight trainers in this one, and I have to remember to catch Pokemon in this one as well. We actually have to have a team. So I'm going to try to catch myself a pigeon right now. This little pigeon right here. And it breaks out of the ball. We're going to have to go get more Pokeballs. Rip. This is the thing that I dislike about Pokemon Red and Blue compared to Pokemon Yellow. In Pokemon Yellow, you only have to catch a flying type. That is it. And you can basically put it off until you got Great Balls or whatever. Here, we will absolutely have to catch a Paris in order to use field moves, which is why I find that Gen 1, you know, of Gen 1 runs, it's especially the Pokemon Red and Blue runs that feel really inconsistent. Here, however, we get that Pidgey, we're able to move on, and I'm going to get a Paris as we go through as well. Of course, if I were a speedrunner and I knew, you know, RNG manipulations and things like that, I could probably make it so that we always catch the Pokemon, but I always found that kind of be cheap, you know, like, I understand it's speedrunning strat, but I really hate RNG manipulations. They only happen in my runs by mistake. Anyway, we have made it to the final bug catcher here in Viridian Forest, where I think we don't need to do anything but just headbutt this Pokemon. It's just a 2-hit KO there. Headbutt is a same type move, but now we have the first real issue in this one, and that is Brock. I have shown numerous times on this channel that Brock is basically impossible to beat on minimum battles with a Snorlax. In Pokemon Yellow, it is possible if you are max DVs, but you have to get like an insane amount of luck to get it to go. In Pokemon Red and Blue, it's actually functionally impossible. The reason it's functionally impossible to beat Brock on minimum battles is something that we should maybe just take a quick look at here. So let's just see. So as we come into the Brock fight here, keep in mind, we have a max DV's Snorlax, and in normal circumstances, you would not have Curse. So what you would have to do is you would have to headbutt against this Geodude, which in Pokemon Red and Blue knows the move Defense Curl. That means it can raise its defense, taking less damage from your attacking moves. We did 2 damage with the headbutt. We only have 15 PP here, so we couldn't even knock out the Geodude without a bunch of crits. And when you look at our low speed, that also means we have a low critical hit chance. So it becomes an absolute nightmare trying to get through this Pokemon. And while sure we can use rest and things like that, we end up having to go to struggle. And we even get a Gen 1 miss with Headbutt. Are you kidding me? And after all of its defense boosts, we're just doing so little damage. We're all the way down to doing 1 damage per hit now. So we're barely getting it to half health with the Headbutt. And there's no PP left. That's how it generally goes in a typical Gen 1 challenge. I'm going to take a reset here because that was just for basically demonstration purposes. I will actually knock that reset off of this one here. Let's get back into this, and the other reset was also not legit. Let me show you how you actually beat Brock with a Snorlax by using Curse strats. So the issue remains here that he is going to use that Defense Curl quite a bit, so we really want to set up just a couple of our curses first, and then start headbutting this Pokemon, hoping that he doesn't go for too many Defense Curls. When he does Defense Curl, we have to set up even more. But it's kind of a balance between how many Defense Curls he sets up and how many attack boosts we go for. Unfortunately, he got them all set up this time, which is kind of bad for us, because even with all the curses set up, we're still only doing 2 damage per hit here. Still, it's better than the 1 damage per hit that we were doing previously. And we should at least be able to get through the first Pokemon. It's not pretty, but we do take it down. So now we have to go to the Onix. The problem is we're probably still losing this attempt because of the fact that we're on such low PP here. Like, I've had runs where we actually had PP remaining in the headbutt here when I was testing, but it's certainly not consistent, and all we can do at this point is just use up the rest of our PP and try to get to struggle. So that's basically it, and he's just going for a whole bunch of defense drops on us. He goes Bide, so we get a rest here at least, and we'll just set up all the curses again to get our defense back up. But now we are out of PP in that move. And now we just have to hope that we can rest enough times and then use up the rest of our amnesia here in order to get to struggle. This is just terrible, this first fight, and I'm pretty sure we lose this one. If he goes Bide, he's going to return damage to us. If he doesn't go Bide, we're going to take damage from Tackle. Screech, I guess, is okay because it doesn't do anything, but we really don't want Tackle from him because we're clearly taking way too much damage at this point from that move. Still, we managed to get to struggle. We can see we're doing pretty decent damage here, but we are on effectively a timer because of the fact that we did not have any other damage dealing PP. So this is going to be a nightmare, but I'm still going to grind it a few times because I think it's important to actually try to win this one on minimum battles. We really like Tackle first from the Geodude, and ideally we would just wanted to tackle over and over again. So this time we've gotten more tackles. We'll keep cursing at it as it does go into some defense curls here. May as well just finish the setup and now go back to the headbutts here on this Pokemon, but we've gotten it much lower with much more HP still available to us. Here on kind of low health, I'm going to heal. I mean, he's already basically got all the defense curls set up, so there's no reason to not heal there, I think. But at least this time, I think we'll have a couple of PP left in Headbutt as we get to the Onix. Sure enough, we do. So let's see how much damage we do with that. We did 7 damage to the Onix with the Headbutt. Now it goes Bide, which is bad for us. I'm going to rest to hopefully survive against that Bide damage. We do survive, so we get to recover again with the rest. And now we just have to use up the rest of our moves. I'll go Amnesia first. And if it starts lowering my defense, then I'll start using the Curse. But basically, we're going to have to get to the point where we can actually use Struggle here. And that's the only way to get through this. So here we will finish all of our setup with Amnesia. Now I'm using Curse since he's going Screech against me. Let's also make sure to rest here so that we have as much HP as possible. And that's the last of our Curse PP, so now we're just resting over and over again until we can get to Struggle. And he's just using things like Bide, so we finally get to Struggle here. He returns some damage. We really don't like the Bide there, but we still managed to get through, so it takes a couple of attempts, but we do manage to get through Brock on minimum battles and get to level 8. That was a brutal, brutal grind, but that shows that at least with Curse, Snorlax can win that fight on minimum battles, something that it normally cannot do. That is actually impossible. Like, there's just no way. There's just no way that you get through that fight, even on max DVs in Pokemon Red and Blue. It is just barely possible in Pokemon Yellow on max DVs, but even then, it is not pretty. Anyway, with that being done, Brocky Boy has been defeated. We can move on in the game now, and we might just be OP for the rest of this one. So I feel pretty confident actually going to Misty. We're going to be able to set up Amnesia. We'll be able to set up Curse. I think we'll do tons and tons of damage there. But now we have to see how the Badge Boost glitch works with this move. So here as we get to this first Bug Catcher, let's just see what happens. We have a Badge Boost in attack. If I set up Curse, it's going to boost my attack once to 41. Then we get the Badge Boost in attack again when it boosts our defense and lowers our speed. So we get like a double whammy from using Curse in Gen 1. And I left it this way. Like, I was going to research ways to eliminate the Badge Boost glitch, but I left it this way because I thought it was kind of hilarious that this is probably how a move like this would work in Gen 1, because Gen 1's just so broken. And I'm pretty sure that it allows us to just destroy everything from this point, though I don't think we need to set up on everything. I think a lot of things will just go down to the stab headbutt, so we'll stick with that as kind of our primary strat, but we'll keep in mind that, you know, the badge boost glitch strategies do exist already from here at the beginning of the game. So we'll otherwise stick on my minimum battles route through this section. I'm just going to try to get through all of these rando trainers as efficiently as possible. I will pick up the water gun TM, but honestly, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use it because, like, why would we? Sure, we've got some rock types coming up, but they're not going to know bide, and we're going to be able to set up against them. So I think it's going to be just fine to go without that for now. I really want to move, or I really want to do most of the run with just the curse, the amnesia, the rest, and like one damage dealing move. I think that's basically the best play. I will pick up the TM for Mega Punch here as well, just in case we have to get into any shenanigans with our moveset, but I think this is the way to go, guys. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be a perfectly viable strat as we go through this challenge. So we'll get to the end of Mount Moon. Let's talk to this guy and just beat him up real quick with our Snorlax. He gets one shot with the headbutt, and then he tries to leech life, and he's just going to get destroyed by 2 headbutts there. Perfectly fine. So we have made it to the Super Nerd at the end of Mount Moon, and I think we're going to curse at him because he's trying to keep us from getting a fossil. So let's give him a couple curses, and then just go for the headbutt to one-shot the Grimer. We're slower than Voltorb, but we still one-shot it. We get to level 13. Coughing never stood a chance against the headbutt. And we will pick up the Dome Fossil since we're headbutting everything. You got to protect your dome, guys. We get through that section just fine. Now I'm going to turn on Wild Pokemon only briefly here so that I can find a Paris. And then we're going to catch that Pokemon and make our way out of this section. And that will be the last of wild Pokemon that we need to catch in this run. Every other HM Pokemon will be able to get a gift Pokemon that will get the job done. Oh, and we're too slow to run away from a Zubat. Oh, come on. Oops, I went there. I believe the basement floor has the higher chance of giving you a Paris, which is why I'm trying to run around down here. But again, this is why I find Pokemon Red and Blue solo runs to be so, like, random, in my opinion, is that if you're trying to get Paris, for example, to be your HM Pokemon, it's kind of tedious without RNG manipulations of some sort to actually get it to show up. So, you know, the J-Rose strat, I'm not sure how consistent the J-Rose strat is. I want to know how many runs he's wasted, like, absolute massive amounts of time trying to get that Paris right there to be his HM Pokemon. Granted, he runs, I believe, with wild Pokemon on normally, so he probably just finds one naturally most of the time as he goes through, but I'm sure there are times where he gets to the end and he hasn't seen a single Paris, and he's like, oh, I have to go back through this whole section to, like, run around and try to find a Paris. And what if you run out of Pokeballs? You know, I'm just saying, so many mistakes could be made. Clearly. I want a timer. I want a reset counter. Those are my only comments on J-Rose. Otherwise, he's an absolute legend. So if a ghost type uses Curse, it deals 25% of the opponent's HP every turn. If a non-ghost type uses it, it gives +1 attack and defense and -1 speed with no damage dealt or taken, except that you also get badge boosts in attack. So take that for what you will. I'm going to fight rival number 2. Let's see how this actually goes. I will take just brief moments to read the chat. Remember, I'm visually impaired, so I'm trying to read as much as I can. So yeah, let's just see what we got. As in from Curse. Yes, we are going to get multiple badge boosts per turn. You can like each other. It's allowed. Me and GSC. Oh, GSC can't even name right. Exactly. Clearly. But you know, over on GSC, we've got the minimum battles series going. That means that we always do minimum battles which is why we have to show minimum battles here. What a coincidence, I'm watching in Paris. Oh, legend. Snorlax learns Water Gun? Does it learn Water Gun? I thought it did. I might have mistaken something. Does it learn Bubble Beam? Am I thinking of the wrong Pokemon? It learns Surf. It does learn Water Gun, yes. See, I know things. I know things. RBY doesn't have to help me. All right, guys, let's keep this going because we do have a time limit. So let's take on rival number 2 right here. And the strategy here, I think, is pretty simple. He leads off with the Pidgeotto. I'm going to curse at the Pidgeotto for wanting to use Sand Attack against me so often. And then I'm going to headbutt this Pokemon, nearly getting the 1-shot. We get the 2-shot there. But now on the Abra, we can just do the rest of our setup here to get to massive amounts of power. Just the ultimate power in the universe, and then we will set up 3 Amnesias to get 3 more badge boosts. Oh, this is broken. Now we can go for the rest to recover all of our HP because Abra is just useless, and headbutt it down. That brings out the Rattata. It tries to quick attack. Look at that. Come on. 1 shot there, and now the Bulbasaur. It goes to Leech Seed, which is actually good strategy given our high HP, but we still destroy it in a single hit. So the rival learns that Curse is the greatest power in the universe. And with that, we can now move on through the Nugget Bridge. I'm going to take this on first before I go to Misty, just because of the fact that we are slow and we are in that slow level up group. We can gain a few extra levels going up to Billy Boy's house. We got to convince him to make that time capsule so that he can get access to his own cursing Pokemon, just like this Snorlax right here. I don't expect any of these randos to be hard on this Nugget Bridge. In fact, I don't think most of them require any setup whatsoever. The Nidorans do not know any fighting type moves in this version of the game, so it's not like they're a major threat to us by any means. And I mean, Ekans can try to wrap us, but that's it. And, you know, Zubat here, once we actually hit it, it's going to go down nice and easy. I will just pop these random potions that I've picked up as we've gone along. We'll probably have to go back to the Pokemon Center just because we'll run out of PP in Headbutt. That is the only problem with this Pokemon's strategy, in my opinion. But even then, it's probably not too bad. We've got to take on Mankey Boy right here, though. He could be a problem. Sure enough, we had to use 2 of our PP right there. So I'm going to go ahead and heal up here before I make my way through the rest of this section, and we may have to heal up again after the Onix. That's because I will not get the Elixir up here because it is blocked by a technically you could count him as a like alternative minimum battles trainer, but come on, we go for the least XP route in these runs. That is something that I'm keeping consistent through all of my challenges. And I had a brief discussion with RSC Pokemon Challenges about how he's going to handle the double battles in Gen 3. Because technically, if you're going like J-Rose minimum battles, you have to have 2 Pokemon for those so that they become 1 battle rather than 2 back-to-back. But we're solo runners here. We are not J-Rose, okay? So when I say minimum battles, I just really mean the least amount of experience to go through the game. So I think we have to take them one after the other. That is my opinion. Fight me in the comments about it. But that is how I think RSE is going to go. Anyway, we make it to this Onix where we are going to curse at this Pokemon. Oh, it binds. Oh, it binds. Oh, he has the strategy. But we're just going to continue to curse. And if we get on kind of low health, then we'll start trying to heal up. But the whole point here is just to get all of the boosts that we can. We're below half health, so now I will start trying to rest in case he gets me locked and bind for just a ton of turns. And now let's just see what we do with the headbutt here. Oh, look at the damage. Oh, this Onix. This Onix gets wrecked. Oh, we headbutt rocks and it still just is super, super powerful. Clearly, this is the way to go. Oh, this Pokemon is just completely God mode here. At least through this point in the game. I think it's going to be pretty good through the entire game. But we're just going to have to see. There may be a wall at some point that I'm not expecting. Who knows? Maybe Bruno scores like a critical hit on us and one-shots us because we are slower. That could be a thing. I can't predict the future, guys. I'm only saying what might happen as we go through this run. Here, though, we get through the Oddish Last perfectly fine. Let's go and see Billy Boy and just show him the fact that we have this God tier Pokemon. He's so impressed, he's going to run into the closet to do an experiment. He's like, go ahead and try to teleport me because I'm trying to teleport to Gen 2. And just like that, he comes back out. He says, I didn't quite make it, but I will refine the process a little bit more. He gives us that SS ticket because he's just so excited. And he also reminds us to check his browser history, where we can see what our rival was looking at when he was up here. Reminder, never let other people use your PC, and if they do, always remember to clear your browser history. Anyway, with that, we are ready to move on down south. Let's go ahead and fight against the innocent bystander. And this could be a scary fight because he leads off with a Machop. But then you remember that Karate Chop is normal type in Gen 1. Oh, here, we've got to curse at this Drowsy, though, because I have only one PP remaining. And with that, we do get the one-hit KO, getting to level 19, and we have defeated that trainer. I think it's now time to get into Misty's gym and try to defeat her with our Curse Lax. My strategy here, I think, is going to be to set up the Amnesia first for survivability, then set up some Curse, then rest up just to make sure we have all our HP, and then go into the Headbutts. But we've got to fight this one junior trainer first. Let's see how she goes, and then we'll try Misty herself. The junior trainer, she tail whips. We are just going to headbutt her twice. Okay, she doesn't even try. She knows Curse Lax is too powerful, but it's Misty time now. This one could possibly be tough if she gets the critical hits. So we're just going to have to see how it actually goes. So Misty attempt number 1 right here. I'm going to start off with Amnesia. She goes for the water gun that didn't do that much. I'm more worried about the bubble beam from the Starmie. But now we're going to start cursing like crazy at her because of the fact that she uses X defense when she claims that she's all about all-out offense. Here, with all these curses set up, oh my gosh, we are just so powerful. What is that? I believe the overlay kind of puts things on top of each other, which is terrible. Blame RBY Pokemon Challenges for that. But it appears that we have 273 attack. Our special and our defense are massively boosted. And now I'm just going to rest in order to properly stunt on Misty here. She even misses a tackle. And now let's headbutt and one-shot. Out comes this Starmie. It goes X defense, but it doesn't matter. We get the victory on the first attempt. Level 20. Misty never stood a chance. 26 minutes, 17 seconds there, but it's not really a speed run where you're sitting here, you know, blabbing on like I do. You know, we'll leave the speed runs to Gym Leader Matt, who I believe also live streamed today. So shout out to him. He is one of my favorite guys when it comes to how fast can you beat the game. I want him to try to beat the game as fast as possible with a Curse Lax. I think this needs to happen. Everybody spam that over in his comment section. But be nice. Come on. I love Gym Leader Matt. He is like the greatest. So gotta go for real. In case you missed the earlier message, happy birthday and thanks for the stream. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Karate Chop is usually an auto crit hit move, though Karate Chop is OP in Gen 1. I agree, but on the, I believe specifically on like the Machoke line, on the Machop Machoke, it's not a guaranteed one-hit KO, or it's not a guaranteed crit. What am I talking about? It's not a guaranteed crit because their speed is too low. It's all based on your speed and it's basically like 4xing the normal crit rate. Those Pokemon can actually get non-crits with the move. Every Pokemon has like a 1 in 256 chance of not getting the crit with the high crit chance move, I believe, but they have a slightly higher chance of not getting the crit because of their low speed. So let's see. I gotta get through some more of this. Jasmine Minimum Battles series is actually recorded. Let's see if I can. Let's pop this up real quick. It is actually, as we speak, well, not as we speak because I'm streaming right now, but before we were streaming, I was actually uploading Jasmine Minimum Battles 11. I don't know. Maybe you can see that. But yeah, it is done. We've got some Kingdra action going. Oh no, I won't spoil too much, but we've got some Kingdra action going. Jasmine Minimum Battles series, next episode. It's out there. It's working. It is working, guys. So yeah, stick around for that. It is coming. Anyway, you plan on having that video either sometime in the next 24 hours. It just has to process on YouTube. The big issue that I've had with YouTube in the past year is that for some reason, I mean, I've had a lot of issues with YouTube in the past year, but the one that really irritated me was the fact that they seem to have made processing times on videos longer than they used to be, and they will release the video at like 144p or, you know, like some ridiculously low like visual resolution when you've made a video as like, you know, 1080p, and it's like, I don't want people to see the video when it's only 144p. I don't want that. It's like unwatchable, and yet YouTube's like, oh, this is fine, just post it like that. So I sit here and I wait until I can confirm that all of the upscaling or like the higher, you know, resolution encodes are done before I release everything, and it just takes hours because like that's gonna be a 2.5, nearly 3 hour video, I think. So it's gonna take a very long time. Sorry, it was a massive undertaking, this last episode of the Jasmine Minimum Battle series, so just hold tight for that. Sorry, let me just read a few more of these chat comments. I remember seeing you get that rare candy in the level 255 Ditto run. Yeah, it's a force of habit. I'm sorry. I can read chat for you, but I have to type out what everyone is saying. Cheers. Yeah, no, I need somebody in my ear who like tells me the chat comments. That would be nice. One of these days, that's what I'm actually going to have to do. I'm going to have to get a co-host who like reads the chat out for me, and then we can like discuss and talk about it. That would be so much fun, honestly. I gotta head out in a few minutes. Sorry, that was Andrew from earlier. Nice. These minimum battles runs are so good. They're the best in my opinion. Thank you, Mobile Gaming Chronicles. It's something that I enjoy too. I think eventually RCPC will be the most popular alt because Emerald is on the same sort of levels of popularity as Heart Gold, Soul Silver. You may be right about that. We'll see if Diamond, Platinum, Pearl Pokemon Challenges has something to say about that, but probably RC is going to be the one that gets the most people watching, which is why me and RBY, we have to, you know, nurture this little baby channel in its cradle and get it to the point where it can actually be good. Because, I mean, RC, he hasn't even done any test runs yet. He's just announced that he's making a channel. Like, come on, noob mistake. Clear noob mistake. That's probably going to kill the channel right away. My mom never let me curse when I was a kid. I don't think Billy should let us curse either. Perfect. Yeah, I agree with you. Yo, what's going on, GSC Pokemon Challenges? Watching the video for a while. New as well. RBY Pokemon Challenges, first time catching you live. Love the comment. Or love the content. Thank you very much to Ashmerks for that very kind comment. Priestess E, if you're watching this, join GSC to bring the Pokemon back from the dead. That is exactly true. That is how you save a Pokemon. I let channel members save Pokemon in the Minimum Battle series. And there's going to be more kind of opportunities like that after the main Minimum Battle series finishes, because we've got a lot more to do on GSC. GSC ain't winding down anytime soon, boys. I'm just telling you. We're going to be making some content there for quite a while. I mean, we don't even have to go to the crazy RBY runs yet in order to get that one to go. And let me just get a couple more of these. Misty in the anime is such a tattletale. She is going to tell your mom that you were cursing all the time. Agreed. But you were talking about Mankey. Avert your eyes, chat. Spoilers ahead. Okay, and finally, I'll just read this one. Members, co-host, LOL people could pay to randomly chat with you on stream. I don't think it should be pay to play, but you know, something like somebody helping me with chat would actually be greatly appreciated, because it would help me to be more responsive in real time. I apologize that that's one of the things that I do struggle with. As you can see, my good eye is my left eye, right? But the way that my layout is set up, my gameplay is on the left side, and then my chat and like all my stream stuff is on the right side. So I have to like look over to the right side, but then I also struggle with glare in the small text. So, you know, I just have this, you know, kind of weird situation. It's something that, you know, clearly we can fix one of these days. We will fix one of these days, but for now, you guys are just gonna have to deal with the jank of my stream. Anyway, let's make our way down to the Trash Man, and I think we're ready to show him that Snorlax is the ultimate Pokemon for destroying trash cans. Because, I mean, in Gen 2, that's where you find the leftovers, and that's what this Pokemon is all about. We completely destroy Pidgeygirl. The guy next to Pidgeygirl is probably a joke as well. So let's just go ahead and destroy him with some headbutts. No need to curse at those Pokemon even. They're just not even worth a single curse word to get through. Now we can make our way to the SSAN, where the only things that we need to do, we're going to pick up a max potion just to have it. We will pick up an ether, because I think we're going to have to recover PP at least after the rival battle. And now the only thing left to do is to go and take on the rival. So let's just slam a couple potions to make sure that we're at full health, save the game, and it's time for rival number 3. So here he's going to lead off with his Pidgeotto that does like to sand attack, so I'm once again going to curse at this Pokemon. He sand attacks me, but I think when we get all the curses on this Pokemon, it's not going to matter. He gets critical hits with a quick attack, but that's fine by me. I'm just going to let him, you know, sand attack me. Oh, I used too many curses. But now Headbutt just one-shots that Pokemon. Raticate tries to Tail Whip, but just gets Headbutt. Here we get disabled by the Kadabra. Oh no. So I'm going to try to set up some amnesia here. We've got to recover, and we lose due to the critical hit plus the disability. Oh my gosh, being a fat guy on disability, it's a real thing, guys. Oh, I'm just saying. We didn't get our disability check in time, apparently. Here, though, we're going to get through the Pidgeotto with no sand attacks. We get a Hyper Fang that doesn't matter this time. Back to the Kadabra, it disables Curse. We can't curse that Pokemon, but that's fine, we'll just destroy it. We get growled by the Ivysaur, but it does not matter. So, yeah, the point is that the only way you get through this Pokemon is apparently by disabling it. And then you can actually get a victory. Sand in its eyes doesn't matter. You know, your critical hits on the Pokemon do not matter. The only possible way is to disable my only damage dealing move. I probably should have just gone rest at that point, to be honest. Like, clear mistake. Like, I'm on RBY's stream, so clearly I'm making RBY level plays here. But that's perfectly fine. We'll just learn Cut and Dig with our Paris. And let's just make sure that we recover the HP here. I don't want to come into this unhealed. And I'm going to drop an Ether into Headbutt so that we have enough PP for that move. And let's get to the Trash Man, where I'm going to dig around looking for leftovers, but all I'm going to find is trash here, because that's all that's available in this gym. And I do not auto-solve the trash can puzzle. I know people will be like, save the game right here because you found the first switch. We don't need to save no stinking game. Come on. Come on, we know the strategies. Just go ahead and get that switch right there. And it's time for Surgy Boy. And I think the Trash Man is going to find out that when he doesn't give leftovers to a Snorlax, it's pretty painful. So here against Surgy Boy, I'm going to set up a couple of curses first, because he does use Sonic Boom against me. And he goes Screech, but that's perfectly fine. Now I'm going to set up Amnesia, though, because his ace in this version only uses special moves. And then we can go into the Headbutt, one-shotting that Voltorb, Pikachu goes for the Thunder Wave, but we don't care really about being paralyzed. And then Thunder Shock does nothing as we one-shot against that Raichu. So Surgy Boy, 37 minutes, 50 seconds to get through, including me reading chat and things like that. Only 2 resets so far. This is really not too bad with our Curse Lax, as we have completely destroyed that section of the game. And now we're ready to move on to the Rock Tunnel, which could be pretty interesting with this one. I'm going to just go ahead and hear about a Rapidash for a guy who has kind of, strange leanings here in Gen 1. But then we can dig out of here in this version of the game. Something that RBY basically never does because he only plays Pokemon Yellow 90% of the time. But now we can get access to a bicycle that will speed up our overworld movement slightly. Probably not that much because of the fact that I'm just sitting here talking all the time. But we're ready to go to the Rock Tunnel. Let's take on the Wrapping Glass. Let's just see if we get through this whole section nice and easy. So here against the Wrapping Glass, let's just headbutt. At this point, it appears that we're just one-shotting things thanks to the fact that we have Stab Headbutt. I'm really excited when we get to Body Slam later on, though we are going to have to learn a different move in order to get through the ghosts. That's pretty much the only problem with this current setup. We could probably get through everything with a normal type move, except like the Chandlers and Agatha, where we'll have to actually learn something different. But it's probably going to be fine in the end. We'll just have to see. Look at the electric blue of this. Oh my goodness. Oh my good. Like, come on, Snowy. Give us a color, or at least a Super Game Boy version of this. Anyway, I'm going to curse at this Cubone, which is kind of sad. I mean, poor Cubone. He's been through a lot, and yet he's getting cursed at by this random Snorlax. Like, just imagine poor Cubone. And then he gets Headbutt and destroyed. Now against the Slowpoke, it disables Headbutt. Are you kidding me? Okay, we'll go for some Amnesia since it's going for Confusion against me. I will rest to recover some HP as well. And now we've got Headbutt back, so we can just one-shot that Pokemon. Clearly not a big issue. It's just a little tedious when you get the disability. Now against the next Slowpoke, it looks like this is just it's a 3-hitter with the Headbutt. Too bad. I thought it was going to get a 2-hit KO there. But now, I don't think any of these trainers are going to be terribly difficult as we go through this. The bigger issue is just the risk that we, run out of PP here. So I'm going to set up some curses to make sure that I one-shot this trainer's Pokemon. Here we can one-shot the Oddish. Here we one-shot the Bulbasaur. I think we might be able to just Ether to get through here. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough PP though. We'll just kind of have to see. Next up is the Rock Tunnel Hiker. And he could be kind of tedious, but maybe he just goes boom when we set up all of the curses so we don't care. This is going to be kind of interesting. I'm a little nervous coming into this fight. I'm not gonna lie, clearly I'm stuttering at this point because I'm just so nervous about this fight against this Rock Tunnel Hiker here. So let's see how he goes. Anyway, I'm going to start by cursing at him. I don't have full PP in curse. I'm only going to get 3 curses off. Now I'm going to set up the Amnesia. He self-destructs and does only that much. We get to level 25 here. I'm just going to set up the rest of my Amnesias. And now let's go for the Headbutt, just destroying that Geodude. We Headbutt the Graveler, nearly getting a one-shot. And when it goes yellow and tries to self-destruct, it does nothing. Oh, Curse Lax. Absolute legendary Pokemon. Cannot be defeated by your self-destructs. It does not care about that move. So we've made it to the final trainer here in the underground. Oh, we don't have any curses left, but we can just Headbutt against that Meowth. One shot against the Oddish. We one-shot the Pidgey. Okay, so curse was completely unnecessary. We have defeated that entire section. I'm going to just take a quick heal right here in Lavender. And then let's make our way over to Erica. And I think we'll glitch for a cause in this one because I think it's kind of funny to do, for one. And for 2, it might prove that this Pokemon's really OP because it doesn't even need all that XP from the Rocket Game Corner. I think that's going to be the way to go. Let's glitch for a cause, guys. Glitch for a cause. That's right, I'm stealing RBY's thunder with his hashtag, so just throw it in the chat. And we're going to go ahead and just make our way through this section. Now, I think we can get access to Psychic as a way to get through the channelers in this section of the game. I'll save my stronger physical moves for later on, though I will get a bunch of TMs here. Whoa, I get a very nice happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It makes it so that I can't see your name fully, which is annoying. But let's give some love to that. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. So here, let's go ahead and just talk to this little girl and give her some fresh water to get access to Ice Beam. That could be useful later on, and we're going to get Rock Slide, which could be useful in the right situation. I believe we learned both of those moves, if I'm recalling correctly. Right, we got the Rock Slide. Could be useful in a pinch, maybe when we get to Lorelei or something. But we don't need no vitamins. What the heck is this? No, I need to come down here. Let's get our Pokédoll so that we can glitch for a cause, and we've run out of space. So I'm going to sell items that are completely useless, that we do not need, including TM1. Let's get rid of this nugget. We won't really need money in this run. Like, money is kind of irrelevant to us. We only care about the Pokédoll. Now we'll just go get access to Fly real quick, and it's time to get back to some actual battle action. I always find this kind of to be a tedious section of the game because you have to do so much housekeeping, you know, like running around fetching things. And yeah, I would prefer if we only took battles. So I am currently in talks with RBY Pokemon Challenges. We have to make a license agreement to prevent him from suing my pants off, but we are going to make it so that I can do ultra minimum battles in Gen 2, where we will fight only these 16 gym leaders, the Elite Four and the Champion, or, you know, we'll actually have to add Red on there. I kind of count Lance in with the Elite Four, even though he's technically the Champion, because, come on, we have no respect for Lance from Gen 1, especially because he's constantly lying and cheating. Are you kidding me? That guy is like the biggest cheater in Pokemon history. He starts off by claiming to be a Dragon-type trainer and then not really running that many Dragon-type Pokemon. And then he turns out to be a flying trainer. And then he teaches his Pokemon illegal moves. Come on. We need to stop Lance. So we're going to enjoy stunting on him here in Pokemon Red and Blue, where he's also a cheater with his Dragonite. I think he deserves this, though. So here, let's just get into Erica's gym. We headbutt down the Execute, and now it's time to take on Erica herself. And let's just see how she goes with this Curse Snorlax. So Erica attempts number 1 right here. We're going to lead off with a couple of curses. She wraps me here, which there's nothing we can do. And we get put to sleep, and we get Razor Leafed. Oh no. Oh, the critical hits. Oh, and now she's wrapping us. Oh my goodness. Erica turns out to be potentially the first wall. I think we have to get through this first victory bell so that we can actually have a shot against the rest of the team. And we need her not to put us to sleep. We need her to, like, miss a wrap. Okay, she goes for Poison Powder, which is kind of good because if we can get through this Pokemon, we can just use Rest. The problem is that she just destroys me there. Oh no. Erica turns out to be the solution to Curse Snorlax in Gen 1. She just has the strats, guys. Clearly, Gen 1 wrap mechanics would have destroyed Gen 2 Curse Snorlax. Oh, we're so lucky that Gen 2 does not have this mechanic. But the sleep plus the wrap plus the Razor Leaf is actually a problem. Because remember that Razor Leaf is a guaranteed critical hit for this Pokemon in this version of the game effectively. So we're not getting through this fight. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, well, time time to rethink our plans. I'm going to go try to take on the rival in Lavender instead. Because I did not expect that. I did not expect that we were going to struggle with Erica there. I did not think that that was going to happen. So Erica, she proves that she's actually kind of good. Let's go ahead and fight against the rival instead here. So he's going to lead off with his Pidgeotto. I'm going to headbutt this Pokemon just to take it down. Gyarados comes out next. I'm going to start cursing at this Pokemon because it already knows Dragon Rage and Hydro Pump, which is clearly like the most broken set in the history of the franchise, that this Pokemon is only on Rival 4 and already has these moves. It goes Bite, and then Leer will just knock it out after that. We get Ember from the Growlithe, which doesn't matter, and it gets destroyed. The Kadabra tries to teleport away in fear, and then we get to the final Ivysaur that growls and just gets wrecked. So, easy victory there. No problems up to this point, but now we have to learn a new move in order to get through these ghosts. I'm going to use the move Psychic here. Basically with the logic being that I can use Amnesia to boost up Psychic and deal a lot of damage to a lot of things. We might not need to change Psychic in order to go down to Koga. We'll just have to see. But for now, let's just go ahead and take on these channelers. Here, against this first Ghastly, we just go Psychic as it can't damage us with Lick. Then it goes Nightshade, but we can survive. Second Ghastly confuses us and Nightshades us. I probably should have healed coming into this fight. So let's rectify that small mistake right there. I guess with a full restore, that's all we've got to heal with. But this shouldn't be too bad to get through once we actually manage to get the setup off. Since it's a 2-hit KO, I'm just going to Amnesia once so that we can just one-shot after that. And we can one-shot the second one when it tries to lick us. You cannot lick against a Snorlax, guys. It is impossible. No matter how hard you try to lick this Pokemon, it will not have any effect. None whatsoever. That is your public service announcement about Snorlax. Anyway, now we can move on through the rest of this section where, provided we don't hit ourselves in confusion or something, we should get through these Pokemon just fine. We get to level 28 right there. And the real issue is just that we have very limited PP. In Psychic, we've only got 10 PP. And since we're two-shotting against these Pokemon, it's going to be a little tedious to get through. But I will go back to the Purified Protected Zone. Let's just get a quick heal on and then make our way up to the top. There's like one Drowsy up there, but it shouldn't really matter. The Amnesia should just allow us to get through just fine. And now let's just quickly come see Ghosty Mama, where we're going to just give her a nice little Pokédoll and put her soul at rest. Come on, guys. Glitch for a cause. It is the holiday season. Anybody who does not use the Pokédoll glitch is an absolute monster. Come on, have a heart. Have a heart. Anyway, we have made it up here to the top of this section. I'm going to just use Psychic to one-shot that Zubat. I think Golbat's going to be a two-hitter, which is why I'm going to go for the Amnesia here. We are confused and doing some damage to ourselves, but still, Golbat tries to bite us. Then it confuses me. Oh no, we were actually taking a lot of damage from Golbat. Still, we managed to get through, so that's perfectly fine. Let's get to the second trainer here. This one leads off with a Coughing. I'm going to Amnesia first, and then I'm going to rest in order to recover some HP, just because I don't want to have to go back downstairs to heal, and it's not like this Pokemon's very threatening with anything. Now we can just go Psychic and one-shot that Pokemon. Drowsy comes out next. We go Psychic. It's going to be a two-hitter, but still not too bad. Oh, we get a critical hit. Are you kidding me? So we actually end up not getting the two-hitter. We get a three-hitter there. Gen 1 is kind of terrible when it comes to the mechanics of critical hits. Not using your stat boosts. That's something that Gen 2 gets so right and Gen 1 gets so wrong. Still, once we get through that Pokemon, I'm pretty sure that Amnesia allows us to just destroy this last trainer with these Psychics. We snap out of confusion. We can one-shot the Rattata, the Raticate. We get to the last of the Zubats, and it never stood a chance there. So we get through. We can save Mr. Fuji. It's going to take us downstairs to give us that Pokeflute. He says, "Go forth, young one. Go west to fight against good old Koga." You know, it's like, you know, he's got that like manifest destiny idea of, you will use my flute to go and destroy Koga. Clearly. Now we can see our doppelganger, which also knows the move curse, but we're just going to run away from it. We don't want to be in a curse fight there. And yeah, we're going to make our way down south. Let's just get the rare candy right here. We can get the PP up, the max elixir, just the standard items that I always get in this section of the game. And it's time to make our way to Koga's gym. Still on minimum battles, still not really struggling with anything except where the PP up is. There it is. There, we got it. Once you get the PP up, guys, you're guaranteed to win in all situations. I'm just saying. With that, though, let's get into this gym. I think we'll just try to stick with Psychic, even though it's resisted here, just because I think it's kind of hilarious to try to take on these jugglers with a Psychic using Snorlax here. So let's go for 3 Amnesias first. Headbutt doesn't matter. Now we can just Psychic and get a critical hit. Are you kidding me? Come on. The non-critical hit Psychic does decent damage at least. But it's not even 2-hitting against the Drowsies. Oh, that's kind of bad. Okay, we get to Kadabra. And it's still not 2-hitting here. We get a special drop, which is nice, but we're actually going to run out of PP here on the final Drowsy, which means that we have to now just go for, you know, all the curses. Oh, we get disabled. Okay, that's fine. We'll go for Amnesia. I mean, we should be able to rest off all this status, so it's not like this is going to be super scary by any means. Like, even if it crits, it's probably not going to do enough. But we're just going to have to do this super tedious dance of trying to use up all of our PP. Clearly, we should have used the PP ups, guys. Oh, now rest gets disabled. No. Wait. Are we going to go down because we don't have access to rest? Okay, I think we're disabled no more. There we are. Perfect. So, tedium, yes, but this is basically Gen 2 Snorlax in a nutshell. Stall, guys. That's the name of the game, is just stall completely. Clearly, Gen 2 competitive, the greatest metagame to ever exist. Where everything is just stalling like this. You get battles that last like 500 years because neither side can make any progress. We got some nice happy birthday messages coming in. I want to say thank you to you guys for the kind messages. Let's see. Barely any Pokemon get through Roxanne and Watson. That's going to be very interesting to check out in Gen 3. We'll see, Haken Bacon. We will see. Charmander running Slash is guaranteed crit too, sure. Yeah, there are a lot of guaranteed crits. Side note, I love the Angry Lance Dragonite picture. Yes. Yes. Happy birthday, and I'm excited for Gen 2 Ultra Minimum Battles. Of course. You don't like Gen 2? Acacious, you don't like Gen 2? Come on. Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5 are the best. I mean, I think a lot of people actually have that opinion. Clearly, on GSC Pokemon Challenges, I think Gen 2 is the greatest generation ever to exist. RBY would debate me that RBY, you know, Gen 1 was the greatest generation to ever exist. I think everybody thinks that their original gen is the greatest gen to ever exist. And here we're just going to go to the second of these jugglers, and I'm going to try to struggle their Pokemon down. Even though we don't have any other moves, we end up using struggle here. Psychic does a lot, and we have been disabled, so we couldn't use our move. Oh no. Okay. We're probably better off going into this fight with some PP, so let's just do that. Let's try this again. Let's try proper strats with actual PP against this second juggler, because that Psychic is doing a lot. We get the special drop. Now we can go for rest in order to recover from that poison. Psychic is still doing a significant amount, but we still can set up more amnesia here. We're mostly resting to get rid of that poison. Once we get that, I think we're basically good to go. He swaps to the Hypno, which disables Curse. That's fine. This looks like it's going to be a 4-hit KO with the Psychic, maybe a 3-hitter. Nope, it is a 4-hitter. I was right. I should never question my judgment of ranges. And it's going to be a 3-hitter here. We get a special drop, which is nice. Another special drop. And there we finally knock out that juggler. Okay, so we have managed to get through this section. I'm going to put on a quick heal, and then we're going to get to Koga himself, who I actually think is going to be insanely easy here. We'll set up the Amnesia. We'll set up Curse so that even if he goes boom, we cannot actually be KO'd. That's my game plan anyway. Let's see how we actually do against Koga here on minimum battles, though, because this could be kind of random. So Koga attempt number 1 right here. I'm going to lead off with 3 Amnesias against this first Coughing. It goes for Smog and gets the poison, but that might not matter. We'll just go Psychic and one-shot that Pokemon. We get to level 31 as Muck comes out. It tries to disable us, but Psychic just one-shots there. We Psychic the Coughing. We've made it to Wheezing. It goes Sludge. We go Psychic, and we get the one-shot. So just like that, we completely destroy Koga. It's 58 minutes, 31 seconds here. Together with me making some kind of inefficient routing choices. Clearly, I'm influenced by the fact that I'm on RBY's channel here to make, bad decisions and bad strategies. But with that being done, we can now make our way through the entirety of the Safari Zone. Let's just get the items that we need. Then we have to debate, do we go to fight against the rival? Do we go to fight against Blaine? Blaine makes a lot of sense in that he will give us a badge boost in special, which could be really useful. We also probably want to get, maybe a few moveset upgrades in order to get through the rest of this. But I don't know. Like, what move are we going to use is basically the question. We're going to get Body Slam at level 35, if I recall correctly. So that's probably how we're going to want to get through this section. But we'll just have to see. Now, we do need a Surf Pokemon. That justifies going to Rival 5 first. We could catch something to be a Strength Pokemon, and Surf Pokemon, we could just get the Vaporeon, which can be a Surf Pokemon for us as a free gift Pokemon. But it might make sense to just at least try the Rival one time. So let's just see how this actually goes here. We've got to fight against one random Rocket. He poisons us with a Poison Sting. Oh, this absolute beast of a Pokemon. Still Psychic, just 2 shots there. And with the easy victory, we can now make our way up to the rival. The question is, what move do we want to use on the rival? I'm not sure if Psychic is the best move here. I believe he does not yet have a Rhyhorn or a Rhydon. But even still, we may want to go for something else. Decisions, guys. Decisions. Let's think about what we can learn at this point that is legal and easy to pick up. I mean, obviously we have Rock Slide in the bag. We could get Mega Punch or Mega Kick, though we'd be dealing with some accuracy issues. Takedown, also accuracy issues and recoil. Hyper Beam would take a lot of time. I don't know. I guess I'm going to try it once with my current moveset because we can probably survive against the Alakazam. That's my thought anyway. Let's see how this actually goes against our rival though. So he leads off with the Pidgeot. I'm going to curse like crazy at this Pokemon just to get my defenses up as high as possible. And this way he won't be dealing very much damage. He can Sand Attack here, but I think that's going to be fine. I'm just going to rest here in order to recover some HP. He misses a Sand Attack. That's nice. Now I'm going to set up all of the Amnesia. And now let's just go for Psychic. Oh, and I didn't recover all of my PP, did I? Still, we get a 2-hitter on that Pokemon. Gyarados comes out next. We go Psychic. This is going to be another 2-hit KO. That brings out the Growlithe. I think this is a good spot to just start wasting PP for the rest of the battle here. since we're likely to run out of Psychic before we get to the final Venusaur. And I mean, he can just use Roar, but clearly this is Gen 1, so Roar is just useless. And he is going for some like defense drops with Leer, but we should just be able to Curse to get that defense back, so I don't think it's a big deal. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of, you know, stall out here against this Pokemon in order to gain an advantage. Those Leers are, of course, giving us badge boosts, allowing us to theoretically get stronger. We just don't have the badge boost in special at this point. So I will set up the remaining curses here since we've taken so many Leers. Let's get some defense back. Let's heal. And now we can just knock this Pokemon out, I think. Sure enough, Psychic does the job. Alakazam has a lot of special, so we're just not dealing enough damage here with the Psychic, I don't think. We do get the 3-hitter, though. Interestingly enough, that brings us to the final Venusaur, where I'm just going to spam the rest until I run out of PP. It's Vine Whipping and Razor Leafing and all that stuff, but as long as we can manage to recover our HP, we get all the way down to 4 HP there. Oh no. Oh no. The Razor Leaf plus the Leech Seed, and we get wrecked. So not having full PP was clearly a problem there, but our moveset also seems to be kind of sus. So I think Rock Slide, guys. I'm thinking Rock Slide over Psychic. Nobody needs Psychic. Let's use our high attack stat with Curse here. Let's see how this goes. So in this one, I'm once again going to Curse at the first Pidgeot. We don't need a heal coming in, because clearly this Pokemon doesn't have any strong moves. Here now we can go for Rock Slide and destroy that Pokemon. Rock Slide is going to be super effective against the Gyarados here. Keep in mind, we get badge boosts in speed, which is why we're also outspeeding here. We have completely broken the badge boost glitch. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is broken. So now I'm still going to go Amnesia because we've got that Alakazam coming out. We've got some special moves coming from that Venusaur as well. But here, after a rest to recover some HP, we can simply destroy this Pokemon. Out next comes the Alakazam. We go for the Rock Slide, destroying it. Out comes Venusaur. It goes for the Leech Seed. We missed the Rock Slide, but now we hit. We do pretty decent damage with a crit there. Let's see what the non-crit does. We get the victory. So Rock Slide strats clearly are the answer there. And just like that, we managed to get through the rival. He's not really that big of a deal. We can get access to our new gift Pokemon, which is the Lapras, so we can start teaching it to surf here. And we are ready to make our way up to the top. Where once again I didn't recover PP. Oh no, rip. That's okay. We're just going to set up all of the curses here first. Rock Slide is, of course, resisted by these Pokemon, but that's fine. This is all fine. There are no problems here, clearly. So let's just, like, kind of waste a little time here against this Cubone. We can see the critical hit Rock Slide did, like, nothing, and even the next one did, like, nothing. So we're just going to have to sit here and spam until we can get to our struggle. Then we should just destroy everything here, though. So I think this is fine. You know, and look how high our speed is getting because we keep getting badge boosts. We have 583 speed. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Clearly, Snorlax, he's completely broken. He does take a long time to set everything up and get to struggle, but once he does, I'm sure he is going to be the ultimate Pokemon here. So here we struggle. Oh, and we didn't do that much because we've got all these attack drops. Oh no. Oh no. I thought we were going to be better than that. No, we had no defenses at the end. Clearly, guys, bad strategy. That's the name of the game. Bad strategy. Now we at least have some PP in our moves. Let's try this one once again. So we'll go back to Curse. We got to get all of our attack as high as possible. We really don't want those attack drops here The defense drops are perfectly fine. We'll take defense drops all day. Just no attack drops. Don't growl at me. There we go. Now we nearly one-shot, and we can knock that one out on the next turn. Drowsy can get completely wrecked, and Marowak can get wrecked in 2 hits. So there we go. We finally get through that one. Clearly a small mistake on my part. I'm going to dig out of here in order to recover properly. Let's try this now against Giovanni. At the top, he does resist Rock Slide with a couple Pokemon. So I think we make another moveset change. I'm going to throw on Bubble Beam here instead of Rock Slide. I think Rock Slide has basically outlived its usefulness. We're going to get Earthquake upstairs. So I think that's going to be a better play for the next section. Oops, I went to the wrong floor. Rip. 5th floor is the correct floor in order to get through here on minimum battles. And we can just go ahead and take on Giovanni, where I think Bubble Beam will do more than enough damage, given that he has some weaknesses here, plus we've got access to Amnesia. This should be perfectly fine against his team. So he's going to lead off with Nidorino. I'm just going to go for Amnesia first. And we don't really need to worry about too much else, I don't think. Once we get the Amnesias done, we just Bubble Beam in one-shot there. Against the Kangaskhan, Bubble Beam one-shots. We get to level 35 to learn Body Slam. Do I learn Body Slam? I guess I learned Body Slam. You know, I think it's the better move overall on this Pokemon. It probably carries us all the way to Agatha, if I have to guess. So here we'll just curse a bunch at this Rhyhorn in order to make the Body Slam super strong. Because honestly, like, that's probably all we need. We one-shot that Pokemon. Nidoqueen gets Body Slammed and wrecked. So we do manage to win that fight, fortunately. And now we can go upstairs. I will get Earthquake because I do think that's going to be a useful move later on in this run. There may be a spot where we really do want Earthquake. I guess we can't use it against Agatha because we have to have a move that will also hit the Golbat in that fight. So we could stall to try to get her to swap Pokemon over and over and over again, and then just Earthquake the Pokemon that can be affected by Earthquake, and then try to like stall out enough that we end up using up all of our PP at the end on that final Golbat. That would be kind of hilarious. I may try that, but for now, let's get into the Sabrina fight where I think Body Slam is going to completely wreck. But let's see if this is the case or not, especially because she has some pretty high crit chances. So here we go. It's attempt number 1 against Sabrina. I'm going to set up Amnesia first. We're getting some Psychics. I'm going to go ahead and recover here. She disables Curse. She knows, guys. She knows that this is the move that we want to use. So I'm going to Body Slam her down at this point. Let's Body Slam on her Mr. Mime as well. We'll Body Slam against the Venomoth. We obviously know that that Pokemon is weak to normal type moves. And now for the Alakazam, it gets a critical hit, but I go rest. So as long as we can avoid a bunch of crits, we should be fine. Psywave doesn't do that much. We paralyze it. It recovers, but it does not matter. The Body Slam is enough when you're up against Sabrina. So in our 10 minutes to get through here, we're up to 10 resets. A lot of those just came on Erica. But I think we might be at a point where we can go back and try Erica again. I'll be kind of interested to see how she goes. Maybe we set up Amnesia for badge boosts and speed to outspeed against that Victory Bell. And then we just Body Slam her down from there. We probably don't want to set up Curse because we don't want the speed drops. This is going to be kind of random, but I'm actually going to go back to Erica. I'm going to try her one time just to find out. Sorry, I'm saving right here just for routing. There we go. We've made it in front of Erica. And let's just see how she actually goes. We'll get through this one and then I'll check on some chat a little bit and then we'll go take on Blaney Boy and we'll keep going in this run. So here we go. It is time for Erica round 2. She goes for the Razor Leaf. We use Amnesia. But let's see, that is enough to allow us to outspeed. So let's just Body Slam and get the KO there. I'm going to Curse now at this Tangela. It's trying to lower my speed. Clearly, it knows the weakness of our Pokemon. But now we can Body Slam in one shot there. We get to level 37 as Vileplume comes out. It goes Mega Drain, and that's just laughable. Oh, we destroy her now. An hour, 11 minutes, 49 seconds to get through. Still 10 resets, but we have now gotten 6 gym badges. Very, very nice. We have a bunch of cats being put in the chat by Pokemon WWW411 Mark II. Yeah, very nice. Set up ultimate Pokemon, then faints due to crits. Exactly. We just say, oh no, 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 no. Snap, crackle, pop. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I saw D1D pop in earlier. Thank you, D1D, for coming to say happy birthday. Hope your runs are going well as well. Of course, we got Luck Pup in here going for the Fire Red, Leaf Green Pokemon challenges. I have decided that, generally speaking, I will be doing remakes on the channel that is dedicated to the original. So Fire Red, Leaf Green content is in the plans for RBY Pokemon challenges. Heart Gold, Soul Silver content is in the plan for GSC Pokemon challenges. Obviously, I have weekly meetings with RBY to discuss these types of strategy ideas, and the only reason they haven't happened so far is because, you know, he makes me do all the work for him while he works his full-time job. So we just have a situation where neither of us has time to get working on those projects. But next year, I'm announcing it. I have announced it, but I'm announcing it clearly. Next year from April, I will be full-time on YouTube. I have actually put in my notice at work that I will be resigning from my current position at the end of my current contract that ends March 31st of 2026. So I will be working through that, and then I will be taking the time to instead be a full-time PokeTuber. That is the game plan. That is actual plans. That is what I'm doing. And D1D, they're going good. Good to hear, bud. Good to hear. Too bad you can't rob Pachinko Parlor for your cause. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. We have defeated 6 gyms. We have shown that Curse Snorlax is pretty good in GSC, or in RBY rather. But there are a few mistakes, or a few issues, a few potential problems. Let's go ahead and get access to one more rare candy while we get access to this HM for strength. We'll go ahead and just slap that onto our Lapras. Use the strength to push that boulder, and let's go ahead and get that rare candy. And now let's just try to go with like minimal strategic thinking for the rest of this. Let's see how far we can get with just the Body Slam strats. We may have to go for something like Blizzard when we get to Giovanni. I'm not sure. And we'll just, sorry, I have certain positions that I have to go to in order to reset the automatic music in my overlay, which is it even playing? Like, do you guys even hear music? I don't know. Maybe not. My voice is clearly coming through. I can see the meters. The stream health also seems to be good, at least on my end. I hope it's all good on your end. But let's go ahead and get through here. We'll definitely I shouldn't say definitely. We'll probably be going for something like a Blizzard strat on Lance, if I have to guess. So I will pick up Blizzard here. We don't have room for Blizzard, means that we just throw something on the ground. How about TM46 right there? And now let's just go ahead and pick up that full restore. Let's go ahead and make our way through the rest of this section. We get the rare candy right there. We can get a rare candy right there. We can get no more room for items. Let's see what else can we throw away. What else is garbage? TM21 is garbage. Nobody likes TM21. It doesn't teach Tombstoner, which is why nobody uses that move. Anyway, let me do a quick amount of like inventory management. You know, this is Gen 1 where we have the worst bag in the entire history of the game. Come on, put my Pokédoll or my Pokeballs in key items in different pockets so that I can carry everything. Instead, we have to do this tedious, like, okay, I don't need HM3 anymore. I don't need card key anymore. Clearly, Gen 1, worst generation. Oh, and then I put the secret key in. Come on. Worst generation in the history of Pokemon. You can only agree with me in chat. Nobody can disagree. Nobody can disagree with anything that GSC Pokemon Challenges says while on RBY Pokemon Challenges. It's completely unacceptable to disagree with me. You can tell RBY whatever you think bad about me, but right now, this is all about him and his bad generation. Anyway, we're going to make our way through this section. I'm going to steal the Tombstoner joke. If only we knew Tombstoner, it would be equivalent to setting up +6 on every single one of our stats, including HP. So we would be completely broken, but instead we're going to have to get through with just what we have right here. Let's see if we can manage to defeat Blaney Boy. So here we are, Blaney Boy attempt number 1. Let's set up some curses on this guy first. He goes agility. He clearly knows that he needs to outspeed against this Snorlax that he was already outspeeding against. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Here we set up all the curses on the first Growlithe. Now I'm going to set up some Amnesia here in order to resist these special moves. And he did get a defense drop on me or two, so I'm just going to finish up the curse setup here and then body slam one-shots. Oh, look at that. And the complete broken nature of this, because we were already on -6 speed, curse doesn't lower speed anymore, but that means we get badge boosts when we're increasing our defense, which is why we have such massive speed here. We can body slam on the Ponyta, we body slam the Rapidash, we get to level 38 here, losing our badge boost, but he just goes Roar with Arcanine and gets wrecked. Oh, Blaney Boy, an hour 16 minutes. No problems in that fight whatsoever. He stood 0 chance against the greatest Pokemon in the history of the franchise. Curslax is completely OP in Gen 1. Completely. With that, though, we're ready to now make our way to Giovanni. I'm going to try to just go body slam strats here. We're going to have to see if it works or not. Basically, the potential issue is that he will, resist body slam with that Rhydon and actually wreck us. But we'll just have to see if it actually works out that way, or does the move get the job done. I'm going to curse out a lot of things in the gym here because of the fact that we need to boost up the power of that body slam. We're even getting X attacks from this Rhyhorn here on the Cool Trainer. Clearly, he thinks it's pretty cool to use items in battle, not knowing how to actually, play a solo run. Anyway, we can just go ahead and heal up real quick here. We have to take out this black belt. I think this guy, the best strategy is just to go all in on attack. It's going to be a 2-hitter, but we still managed to get through that first Machop. It's actually a 2-hitter on the Machop too, surprisingly. That makes me think maybe we curse here. Just for efficiency's sake. There we get the 1-hitter. So we do manage to get through, but I'm going to go heal up. Let's make sure that we have all the PP before we go into the Giovanni fight. Since the Pokemon Center is right here, I'm just going to heal right there. I would use items if I, was like in the Elite Four or something, but here I think we're just fine with this. Anyway, let's make it to Giovanni, the self-proclaimed greatest trainer in the world. Doesn't even have a Mewtwo in this version, but still we're going to manage to defeat him, I think. Let's see. So we will fight against non-anime Giovanni here, where we're just going to curse repeatedly because he's only going to use physical moves against us. He tries to Horn Drill, which is actually a strat if we get really low speed, so we've got to be careful here. I'm going to still set up all the curses because I think we're getting enough badge boosts to make this okay. We just don't want our speed to drop too low, and it's because we keep getting all these random effects. Oh, it's just completely broken. Now let's Amnesia to get even more boosts. He goes for the Tail Whip, giving us even more boosts. And now we can just go for Body Slam, one-shotting that Pokemon. Dugtrio comes out and gets wrecked. Nidoqueen gets completely destroyed. We level up right here against the Nidoking. He Guard Specs and gets destroyed on that one. He Tail Whips with the Rhydon. We do about half with the first Body Slam, and then he Guard Specs, giving the free victory. Oh, Giovanni. An hour, 19 minutes, 17 seconds with me rambling, with me talking to chat. Really not bad for this Pokemon. This is nuts. So, oh, you want to see Deoxys Fire Red versus Leaf Green? That could be interesting. For sure. I hope full time goes well. We will be watching. Yeah, I hope you guys are sticking around. Wife, mind you going from salaryman to unemployed? I have justified it with the wife on a few bases. Number one, I'm making some money from playing Pokemon on YouTube. Number two, I am currently studying my master's degree, and my current job does not relate to what I want to do in the future. I work at a center that focuses on special needs education right now, which is really rewarding and fun, don't get me wrong. But long term, I want to learn to be a good computer programmer and get into computer science. And Japan is one of those places where you can't really like just change jobs. You have to get the certificate, you know, the diploma. They want everything like official and, you know, all that. So basically I'll be studying my master's degree while I will be doing the rest of the, you know, rest of the Pokemon stuff. And I'll be taking time to spend a lot of time with my baby boy while he's nice and little. So there's a lot of justifications for what I'm doing. You know, it's not just me being unemployed. Love that, though. I have saved up enough money to justify it as well. So, yeah. Anyway. So let's get through this next section. Let's go ahead and fight against the rival. Let's get to the Elite Four, where basically until Agatha, we may be able to just stick with the strats that we're using so far. That will be very interesting to see. And then Agatha herself, we're going to have to change up. But like I said, I might try for a really trolly strat there just to see if it will work out. Anyway, I'm going to test this quite a bit. Let's start with the rival here, though, and just see how he goes. So in this fight, I'm going to lead off with my remaining curses because I did not heal coming into this. Still, we'll be able to get a bunch of boosts there. I'm going to rest to recover HP. We are now faster because of our weird badge boost glitch mechanics. He goes in agility, which is kind of smart because he wants to outspeed us. But we're going to get to +6 in our special as well. And then we'll just body slam that Pokemon down. Body Slam almost one-shots the Rhyhorn. We knock it out in 2. We get to level 41 here. We could learn Harden. Why would we learn Harden when we have Curse? Come on. We get a Leer from the Gyarados and we just Body Slam it down. We get a Leer from Growlithe and Body Slam it down. Psybeam, critical hit from the Alakazam. We still Body Slam and win. But now we get Poison Powder from the final Venusaur. Oh, I thought it was going to go Razor Leaf and destroy me. No, we get the victory on the first attempt against Rival 6. He claims to be ready for the league. I'm not sure that he's ready with that level of strategy. And with that, we are ready to move on to Lorelei. I think we've got a perfectly good strategy for her with the amnesias, with the curses. That one's probably going to be just fine. Then we're going to have to get through Bruno, but I don't think he's going to be too hard. I think we're just going to laugh at Bruno again. Agatha is where this one's going to get real. Lance, then we're going to have to figure out exactly which move we want to use. And the same for the champion. We're just going to have to decide what move makes the most sense at that point. We could even go strength strats with this Pokemon. Just something where we have no secondary effect, but we're just using our stab same typing at the end of the game because I don't want to go get Hyper Beam just because I would have to go back and pick up a whole bunch of items. I will get rare candies here. I will even go to the power plant to get one more rare candy because we are in the slow level up group. but I will avoid dropping rare candies unless they prove absolutely necessary. If I find a situation where I absolutely am like, I would have won that fight if I had just had some more levels. I would have won that fight if I didn't level up and, lose my badge boosts. Then we'll start dropping rare candies. Otherwise, we are going to avoid them. We have to show to RBY that Curse Snorlax is truly the ultimate power in the universe. It is the Pokemon that makes Gen 1 Mewtwo actually look like a complete joke. That's at least my belief as a Gen 2 player. But, it remains to be seen. It absolutely remains to be seen. Still, we're going to get through this part of the game just fine. We can come up into the league. Let's go ahead and just get in here one time. We'll heal, and that way we can also just dig back here after we go to the power plant. And I will make sure that I get access to all my full restores here as well. There we go. There we go. So, Fly Pigeon, carry me and my giant Snorlax back to Cerulean City here so that we can make our way to the power plant. Clearly, Pokemon logic is perfect logic in all situations. There has never been a logical inconsistency in this game. For example, there is clearly a purely logical reason why a Heracross in Gen 2 does not learn the move Dynamic Punch, while an Abra in Gen 2 does learn the move Dynamic Punch. I just wanted to throw that out there. It's something that I was thinking about in the last episode of the Jasmine Minimum Battles series, as I was running one of the member picks that was a whatchamacall, a Heracross. I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This actually makes completely perfect sense if you just break it down. Break down the logic. Look at the, there was that thumbnail on that J-Rose video where he had the Abra pump and iron. Clearly, that is why it is capable of learning the move Dynamic Punch there, right? And clearly, in spite of the fact that it is a fighting type, Heracross has the dinkiest arms in the history of the Pokemon franchise, which is why it cannot learn Dynamic Punch. It just makes too much sense. Anyway, let's get into the Lorelei fight and stop worrying about Gen 2 mechanics. Let's come here and destroy Gen 1. There we go. Sorry about that. Had a little glitch over here, but it should be fixed now. So here we go. We have made it to Lorelei, where my strategy is pretty simple. I'm going to curse at this dugong first. It's trying to rest. It knows that the only way to get through this fight is to recover HP, but I don't think it's going to be enough. She goes for the Aurora Beam there. We get a critical hit Aurora Beam. I'm going to go ahead and just recover HP here. We're going to show the dugong how to properly rest here, as it starts lowering my attack stat. Still, it manages to go to sleep after that. I'm still going to set up all the amnesias just to make sure that I have as much special as possible to survive. We one-shot with the Body Slam there. We one-shot Cloyster with Body Slam. We one-shot Slowbro with Body Slam. We level up to level 43. Out comes Jinx. It goes Thrash. Good job. We just one-shot that Pokemon with the Body Slam as well. And Lapras's Hydro Pump does nothing as we destroy it. Clearly, we are far too powerful for that fight. We have 10 rare candies in the bag, just like in Gen 2, but I don't think we need them at this point. I'm just going to slam a quick Elixir in order to have as much PP as possible against Bruno. If this were Gen 2 and he knew Cross Chop, I would be kind of worried about Bruno, but this is Gen 1. We know Bruno doesn't know anything good, so let's get the easy victory. So here we go. It is time to take on Onyx from Bruno's team, where I think we just curse. Oh, it goes Rage. Oh, you think this is Gen 2, Bruno? You never use Rage in Gen 1. But clearly he's learned from the Gen 2 strats. He's brought them over here to the Gen 1 games, which is why he's going for this move. Now he's X defending because he knows he's about to get wrecked by our Curse Lax. We're going to set everything up here because we're just so laughable. You know, just this Onyx strategy is just terrible. Out comes the Hitmonchan and gets wrecked. We get to level 44. His Hitmonlee comes out. It misses a Mega Kick and gets destroyed. Against the second Onyx, we're still just body slamming here as he's X defending, but he really can't do that much here. We just lost our badge boost, which is why it took so many hits. That brings out the final Machamp. It goes for Fissure and misses, and we get the one-hit KO. Let me give a small clap it up for Bruno there. He did try to Fissure me. That was actually a legitimate strategy to try to beat this Curse Lax because he wasn't going to take me down with any of his normal damage dealing moves. So that was actually, for once, intelligent strategy from Bruno. It just didn't work out in this case. So I guess we should give him just a modicum, just the tiniest ounce of respect for that decision. Anyway, with that being done, I'm going to go into the Agatha fight. And I want to try a really trolly strategy, just like a really stupid strategy here. What I want to try first, before anything else, is to try to go Earthquake and try to get her to swap between her Pokemon enough times that I'm actually able to knock out all of the ghosts and the Arbok and then struggle against the Golbat. I just think this would be hilarious if we can do it. It's probably not going to work out, just, you know, forewarning. But let's try this. Since Body Slam obviously can't work here, I think this is going to be hilarious. If it works. If it works. If it doesn't work, well, we're going to reset to before this so that we can learn a different move and keep Earthquake maybe for the champion at the end. But let's just try this to see. Or I guess, can we go that against the champion? No, we can't, because the champion has the Gyarados and he doesn't swap. So, okay, we're going to save the game. Let's just try this. This is just stupid, but let's see. Now, if my memory is correct, she has a 1 in 8 chance on any given turn of swapping out her Pokemon. So I'm going to go 1 Curse here, and then I'm going to just try to Earthquake against the Gengar. That's perfectly fine. We get to level 45 right here. Now against the Golbat, I'm hoping that it will swap to something else. So I'm just going to stall here. I'm just going to like rest and things like that and see if we can get the swap. We do. So out comes the Haunter. We hit ourselves in confusion once there, but now we land the Earthquake, getting the one-hitter. Golbat will come back out. I'm once again going to just try to rest here to recover some HP. And let's just see. He goes it goes Haze, but that's fine. We just want her to swap to a different Pokemon. Haze is actually kind of good for her here in that it does like kind of mess with my strategy of resting to waste turns. So I guess we'll only use rest when we get on lower HP now. Come on, swap. I want you to swap. Here we're just waiting. Come on, Golbat, swap out. There we go, we get the Arbok. Now we can go Earthquake on this Pokemon. That gets the one-hitter. Back to the Golbat. Come on, swap. Give me the swap. Oh, there we go. We get the Gengar. It goes for the Confuse Ray. We land the Earthquake, getting the one-hit KO. And now we just need to use up the rest of our PP, and we can go into struggle on the final Pokemon, which is kind of hilarious. So here, I'm going to rest to recover HP, of course. We really want to keep one of our rests for the end of this. But if we manage this, this is just the stupidest fight that I think I've ever done on RBY Pokemon Challenges or GSC Pokemon Challenges, period. It might be the single greatest run in the history of the Pokemon franchise. I'm just saying. Here we get the Haze. That's fine. So we're just trying to use up our remaining PP here as we just keep getting Haze. Remember, opponents do not have PP in Gen 1. So now we're going to try to use up the remaining Earthquakes here. She gets a critical hit with the wing attack. We have 6 curses left, so we're gonna have to recover HP right here. We get confused, but that's fine. We just don't want to deal too much damage to ourselves. We're using up the remaining curses. Yes. Yes, do it. Do it, Snorlax. Curselax. Prove your power. Okay. We're slowly running out of PP. Yes. Oh, we're just running out of HP too, though. Okay, we're on struggle, but we're getting confused, and we knock ourselves out in confusion. Oh, we got so close. Oh, it was so close. Okay. Well, with that being done, I think let's just like do an actual strategy now. I'm going to throw on Ice Beam. This is going to be my strategy for the next 2 fights. Because with this move, we can just set up the amnesias, set up a bunch of curses. I think we can manage to get it to go. Let's see if it works, though. So in this one now, with the Ice Beam strats, I'm going to go for Amnesia first. But we get Sleep and Dream Eatered here. Okay, give me your haze. Come on. Come on, give me a haze. Okay, never mind. We wake up, so we can set up the amnesias here. We already used Psychic earlier on. We freeze the Gengar. That's going to allow me to set up a bunch. We'll just destroy against that Golbat there. We're just badge boosting like crazy here. We Ice Beam 1-hit KO against that Pokemon. We'll just sleep to rest up, get our HP back against this Gengar. I'm just going to finish setting up crazy badge boosts with the curse here. We're at 995 special. Here we destroy that Pokemon. We get glared by the Arbok. It does not matter as we destroy it. Gengar comes out and we one-shot with an Ice Beam. Oh, that's just brutal. That's just ridiculous. The fact that we can just go like Ice Beam strats there is kind of hilarious to me. And we can just heal up here as we get to the Lancey Boy fight. Obviously, Ice Beam is a good strategy here. It will be neutrally effective against the first Gyarados and super effective against everything else. So I think this is the way to go. Let's see how Lancey Boy goes. So Lance, attempt number 1 right here. Let's go straight for the amnesias. He goes for the Hyper Beam. That's a little scary. I'm going to curse at this Pokemon now. We get our speed high enough that we can now rest in order to recover our HP. He goes for some Leers. Now the Hydro Pump is not going to be as scary if we can manage to set up our amnesias. He goes for the Hyper Beam and has to recharge. So now I think we can just Ice Beam there. Oh, we do not get the 1-hitter. It's a 2-hitter on that Pokemon. Still, we managed to take that one down. We one-shot the first Dragonair. We'll one-shot the second Dragonair. We're actually faster than Aerodactyl because of the bizarre badge boost glitch mechanics of this move. Here we can just destroy that Aerodactyl. We level up here against the Dragonite. It goes Barrier, which does not work against ice moves. Lance, you got wrecked, bud. You got wrecked. So with that, we have made it to the end with no rare candies used in this one. We're on 11 resets. Like I said, most of those came on that Erica attempt where I wasn't fast enough to outspeed. I think we're going to be able to get this one to go. I'm going to read chat just very quickly before we get into the final champion fight. Whoa, thank you very much for the happy birthday. Let's see. Sorry, I have to do this. So, Halion the Protogen, thank you very much for that very nice $20 for the happy birthday. Appreciate you. And yeah, Curse Gengar next in Gen 1. I will try to get that working. Obviously, it's a little more complicated because you have to like cut your own HP in half and then apply the status to the opponent. I think it's possible. I think I'm just going to have to figure out how to get it to go. Like, I think you could like modify, you know, like poison or fire damage. So you could use the same like effect that's there. You just have to add in like a status flag for Nightmare or Curse. Sorry, because I was also thinking about Nightmare the other day, where when they have the status, then they take 1/4 damage. The whole thing is just getting your own Pokemon to lose half of its HP at the start, but that will be a fun idea to try if I can get it to work in the disassembly. I like that I'm getting you laughing. What's your master's topic? I am working on a master's degree in computer science at University of Colorado Boulder. It is an online course, but fully accredited because I live in Japan, but I wanted to actually take my master's in English. So yeah, and I've already saved all the money that I need to pay all the tuition and fees for that. So we're good to go on that, basically. So imagine alternative timeline where that fissure hits. Seriously, then we have to give respect to Bruno. No, you cannot hit Golbat. That was the point. The point was to try to get her to swap out all of her Pokemon and then struggle down the Golbat. I thought it was hilarious. So Hoenn Stan, there we go. Biggest Hoenn Stan, Signwood Island is rightful Hoenn needs clay. I see. We'll get to Hoenn. We're definitely going. Gengar, my favorite line of silly guys. Amen. When you try to sleep, but the humidifier is still on. Sleeping with the haze. Oh. That is actually a legendary idea. Oh, Shama. That's brilliant. Someone needs to wash that Snorlax's mouth out with soap. Amen. Ouch. Don't worry, I was talking about that Golbat fight. So close. Trash talking that poor frozen Gengar. Cursing the frozen Gengar. How could you be frozen? Oh, enemy Dragonite used barrier. Exactly. That's proof that he is a cheater. Was hoping you'd at least say hi. Yeah, I said hi. Sorry. Not you, RBYPC. Don't keep spinning all that at once, Kappa. Amen. Trying to say badge boost glitch was funny. Well, I mean, we are cursing in this one. Sorry. I completely messed up that one. Great thing you're not actually in Boulder, because there are 100+ mile/hour gusts forecast in Colorado and Wyoming. I saw that. That is nuts. I'm going to actually have to call my folks back home and check that they're okay. So yeah, see you Boulder CS. That's where my capsite came from. Cool. Technically, I got my master's from the same department. Amen. Heck yeah. You'll have to ask Pope or Porygondolier. They're doing a whole ghost mod of Gen 1. Okay. I actually got a little contact from Porygondolier. We have a plan. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but we have a plan. At least he sent me an idea. I thought it was hilarious. I plan to go along with it. So just be aware that there will be a run sometime in the future where Porygondolier is going to be getting a little shout out from me, because he has some good ideas that I thought were hilarious. At least we'll see how it actually goes. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm actually really excited for being full-time, is to get some chances to reach out to some people that I've seen in the community, and actually have time to maybe do some collabs with people. I had a couple of collabs in the past that fell through. One of them was Exceptional. We had talked about doing a collab, and it just didn't end up working out because my schedule got kind of crazy with the baby. He wanted to get his video out. I'm not going to stop him from getting his video out. So, just he did his own thing. But, people like that. I would love to even try to get a hold of gym leader Matt and see if he wants to do anything together. It's just kind of a big thing that I'd love to do. The logistics of it are one of the other things, though. One thing that I've been thinking about a lot is that if I do a collaboration, how are we going to split revenues and things like that? Because I want to make sure that people get their benefits from a collab. If it is on my channel, and alternatively, if it's on their channel, let's just, make sure that everybody gets the maximum amount of benefit. The big problem with free collaborations, Scott's community race is just a great example of this, is that you don't really get a lot of like cross over. Like you can be on his channel, but you don't necessarily get people coming to check out your channel, you know, so it just kind of ends up with you're just donating content, which is fine. I mean, it's, you know, his community race, but at the same time, for people like me or like Gym Leader Matt, who have very limited time to make content right now, that's kind of a big ask, you know, but that is what it is. Anyway, let's get to this champion fight. Let's see how he actually goes with this strategy. I think Curse Snorlax is going to destroy him, but let's find out. So here we are, champion, attempt number 1. I am going to start off with Amnesia, I guess, because I'm running the Ice Beam. I had to think about that for a second. You know, our GSC Pokemon Challenges was processing for a second there. Here, now let's go for the Curse as he goes for the Sky Attack. We're just going to curse like crazy, getting just insane badge boost glitch. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, you can't see it because it's slightly obscured by the +6 on special, but we are up to 999 special here. We will rest in order to recover HP against this Pidgeot since it's just kind of getting us on low health. It misses a Sky Attack. Let's just finish our curse setup, and now Ice Beam one-shots right there. We outspeed the Alakazam and one-shot it. We get to level 48 here. We could learn Double Edge. Oh, I'm going Double Edge. Oh, come on. Yes, against this Rhydon, Double Edge is going to be a 2-hit KO. Oh, we get the easy victory. Gyarados, it comes out. It goes for the critical hit Hydro Pump. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's the only reason we lose is the crit. Oh, this is stupid, but let's do this again. Let's do this again. So here, I'm going to set up Amnesia again at the start of this one because this is just kind of hilarious. He goes for Mirror Move on Amnesia, but I'm just going to try to outspeed against this Pokemon, and let's make sure we outspeed the next one. Now let's go for the Ice Beam to wreck that one. Let's destroy the Alakazam as well. We level up. We get to learn Double Edge right here. I've learned it over the Ice Beam. I'm going to rest now on the Rhydon. And our goal here is to boost up our attack stat. We get Horn Drilled. Are you kidding me? We get Horn Drilled. No. Oh my goodness, the champion. He's putting in some work here. Okay, maybe we're better off just sticking with the Ice Beam. Maybe I need to not, you know, sit here and do these shenanigans so much. This is probably the correct play. So now we will once again curse like crazy on this first Pokemon. I'm going to rest to recover HP, even though we were down to 69 HP there. Very nice. Let's finish our curses here just so that we have the maximum amount of defense as well. We'll rest here as it goes for the Sky Attack. And now it's time to go for the Ice Beam and destroy that Pidgeot. Let's just destroy this Alakazam. Let's skip Double Edge this time. I thought it would be hilarious to Double Edge everything down, but instead let's just Ice Beam that Rhydon. Gyarados Dragon Rages this time so we can Ice Beam. It's a 2-hit KO. The Hydro Pump does not crit, but we get a crit. Oh no. Still, we managed to get to Arcanine. I'm going to rest right here as it critical hits with an Ember. Are you kidding me? Still, we can recover the HP right there. It goes Leer, and we're going to get a 2-shot with Ice Beam. That brings us to the final Venusaur. It goes Growth. Good strategy, but then it gets frozen and we win. Oh my goodness. Oh, GSC Pokemon Challenges is clearly better than RBY Pokemon Challenges. We defeat the champion in 1 hour, 45 minutes, 9 seconds with me rambling, with me talking to chat. That's really not too bad. 13 total resets. We learned 5 TMs, and we have completely destroyed this entire game we can see that clearly Snorlax is better than a Bulbasaur, but we have one last thing that I think we need to do. We need to find out if we can beat the ultimate Gen 1 Pokemon with this one. Let's go ahead and fight against a Mewtwo. I might have to do some resets over here, so let's just go like this real quick. And I will be saying a lot of thank yous as we get to the end here as well. 93.7 Snorlax Radio, home of all your favorite sleepy tunes. Amen. Don't overdo curses. Come on, we have to curse as many times as possible. Are you kidding me? That is the entire purpose of this Pokemon. Its entire job is to curse at everyone as many times as possible. That is lore accurate. I'm saying now, lore accurate Snorlax curses at everyone. Oh, man. Snorlax, clearly it's my spirit animal, guys. I wish, I mean, you know, basically I have Snorlax stats here. At least in terms of weight and stature, I'm probably Snorlax tier, which is not a bad tier to be in, if we're being perfectly honest. Come on. Everybody loves a good Snorlax. So now I have reset the overlay. We're going to have to deal with the intro very briefly, but then we're going to finish this one off by going to fight against a very special Mewtwo. And then we're just going to wrap up this little birthday celebration. I do want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been here with me today. It has been a lot of fun. So here we go. We can see our rival say, why did I lose? Well, because you didn't curse enough in that battle. Grandpa's going to come and teach him a few curse words after he registers us into the Hall of Fame. And clearly, I think a lot of people probably learned their first curse word from somebody like their grandpa. Anyway, here everything gets registered, but it's all about curse lax. Don't worry about the time. Come on, this ain't a speed run. We're chilling here. I said that at the beginning of the run. This is a casual, fun, let's just enjoy ourselves doing some stupid things in the world of Pokemon run. Drink coffee. I mean, I have to tell you guys, the honest to God truth, the only reason why there are intros in the Gen 1 overlay is so that RBY has time to drink something while he's playing his runs. Because the timer stops, so he can just, like, relax and drink something during that time. That's it. Clearly on GSC we go harder than that. We don't have those, so you know, we don't have any time to hydrate during a long challenge. We just have to keep grinding. That's something that I may have to steal from RBY though, because it is clearly a good strategy to keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself you know, feeling tip-top shape as you go through the challenge. I have to remember how to actually get through this whole section here. It's different than in Pokemon Yellow. Here, the Cerulean Cave, they changed the layout. I don't know exactly why. I believe it's this way. This is looking correct. Okay. Somebody illuminate to me, why did they change the layout, and why is it possible to walk through this wall? That's all I want to know. Anyway, that may be a problem in, you know, like ROMs. I'm not sure if it was that way in the original game. I need to dig out my original game and try it. But right now we have made it to Mewtwo, but this is going to be a very special Mewtwo. Just a second here. So let's see how this fight actually goes against this Mewtwo here, because it has been edited to have a moveset of Curse, Psychic, Amnesia, and Recover. We're going for like a kind of mirror match here. He goes Psychic turn 1, dealing massive damage. I think we need all the badge boosts here as it tries to recover against us. Oh, it curses. Oh, it's cursing against us. We're cursing against it. Oh, this is going to be ridiculous. We go for the Amnesias here. We're going to go for the Ice Beam. Really hoping that we can get a freeze. Psychic is doing such massive damage here that we have to recover our HP as it curses at us. And I think the only thing to do is to curse back at it more than it can curse at us. Because the more we curse, the more powerful we become. Until we reach a point where we surpass all of its stats with the badge boost that is completely legendary here. We go for the Ice Beam though. We need it to not go for too many recovers. It's cursing at us. Now it recovers. We might run out of PP here as it goes for the recovers. And then it goes for Amnesia. And we've run out of PP in this fight. And we get critical hit psychicked down. Okay. Let's try this one again. I want to defeat this cursing Mewtwo by cursing at it more than it curses at me. So I think we have to set up Amnesia here 3 times, and then we need a badge boost on top of that. The problem is just that this Pokemon's special stat is so insanely high. It's at 714 special right now. Oh, and look at the critical hit, just one shot against us. Snorlax is, 21 levels lower than this Mewtwo though. So clearly this is a fair battle. This is the fairest battle that there's ever been in the history of Pokemon. As we curse more and more, it just keeps getting the critical hit to get the victory. But if we freeze it, we will get the victory against this one. So I think we just have to reset for that level of luck. Or maybe we can find a way to actually get this to work properly. We're just checking to see how high our special stat gets with all of these badge boosts. Now we have maxed out special, only to get a critical hit and another critical hit. But there's the freeze. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, Curslax, you legend. We managed to get the victory, even against a Mewtwo that's 21 levels higher than us, also cursing and using Amnesia and using Stab Psychic. That is it for this one, guys. So let's just pop up here and say my last goodbyes to you guys. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who showed up. This has been a heck of a fun little day just for me to play some cool Pokemon. We did the Ultra Minimum Battles Mew. We did the Curse Snorlax in Gen 1. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And I'm going to go enjoy my birthday lunch with my wife. It's a shared birthday lunch, as I said before, not just for RBY and GSC, but also for my wife who has her birthday tomorrow. So we have this like super weird thing where we have consecutive birthdays. It's nuts. My actual birthday is actually Monday, December 22nd, but today was the only day that I could take off, so I just had to spend that time a little bit with you guys while I could, have my son at the nursery and I could play Pokemon for a while. Lots of big things coming, guys. 2026 is going to be wild. Wild, I tell you. I'm super excited for it. I hope that you guys will join me in the next year. There's going to be so much going on. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and finish this out by just saying, if you are not over on GSC Pokemon Challenges, make sure you get over there because it is the greatest Pokemon Challenges channel ever created. Obviously, I mean, I put GSC Pokemon Challenges up there with anybody. Just my personal opinion. I may be biased, but if you actually go over there and check out what we're doing, I think you're going to see we're doing some pretty cool stuff. Of course, I just want to give a massive shout out. Thank you to everybody who is here in the chat, of course. Happy birthday to Ms. RBYPC, the RB wife. Absolutely. Have a good lunch, buddy. Happy early birthday to your wife, too. Yeah, happy early birthday. Thank you. Great job. Happy birthday. appreciate that. Mobile Gaming Chronicles, thank you for Pokemon WWW411 Mark II for being here today, sharing a lot of good advice in the chat. We get the freeze. Thank you for Halian the Protogen for the very kind donation, as well as being here in the chat with us. Really enjoyed that one. Thank you. You guys make my day, guys. Really, really. Yatta, yeah. Alfonso. Yatta, we got it. Yep. Shama, thanks for being here. Joke's on you. I love the intro. There we go. Nice. We overdid it on curses. We had a really, really great time. Who is it? Radical Jaws, I believe, also left a donation. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys had a blast. I had a blast. Let's do more of these, especially in 2026 when I can make more time for doing some streams mixed in with some, solo challenges. I'm kind of debating how to do streams in the future. So you guys should definitely share your feedback on me. How I should do, like, I'm debating if they should be on a separate channel. I'm debating if I should unlist them and then edit them and post them after that. Should I, dual stream to another site like Twitch using like Restream or something like that? They're all things that I'm looking into. But anyway, I got to get going. I'm sure the wife is waiting for me outside, so I better get out of here. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Hope you have a happy and fun Christmas. Minimum Battle Series of Jasmine Minimum Battle Series Episode 11 is coming out in the next 24 hours over on GSC Pokemon Challenges. Check that out. Do not subscribe to RSE Pokemon Challenges. I repeat, do not subscribe to RSE Pokemon Challenges. He's going to be posting his first videos in 2026 as well, but me and RBY, we already know that we're going to boycott them. So join us in that. Anyway, that does it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Later.